Alrighty. That game is now off. I'm going to plug in my Elgato. I have a little checklist here in front of me. This is going to get weird. So here's a very funny thing about our Demon Souls segment. Get ready for some chuckles here. I learned that my monitor, which has HDMI input, does not have volume control. So what we're going to be doing for audio during Demon Souls is you're just going to hear it through the mic. Because there is no way for me to turn the audio off on my monitor, which is, you know what? It is what it is.
It's adding an extra layer to Demon Souls difficulty.
This is kind of the PSX filter of sound.
Yeah.
You know. What did y'all do for breakfast?
I'm still working on a bowl of oatmeal.
Ooh,
With a little peanut butter in there.
that sounds
and
good.
some ground up flaxseed.
Wow, that is very good in fiber.
Got some fiber and protein. Good for stomachs that are. I've mentioned this a lot. I feel like on this particular block, but good for the stomach too.
Yeah. I
What have
do
you had?
the psyllium husk powder for my fiber each day. Oh yeah, it's great. It's you put like 2 tablespoons in a cup of water, and then you stir it, and it is as thick as a smoothie, but it tastes like drinking like wood that got left out in the rain.
Delicious.
Really awful, but it makes my tummy better, and that's all that matters.
That's good stuff.
We're going to be talking a lot about fiber on the fiber stream today, everybody.
Yep, this is the fiber segment.
Let us know your favorite fiber supplements in the chat. We'll blast them out.
Pop them in there. We'll give them a shout out. Well, hey, if you want us to, what if streamers got sponsored for fiber pills like they do for like nootropics and shit?
Oh, that'd be great. I mean, the world's toilets would appreciate it.
Now, okay, I appreciate this. That Chris, some people are recognizing you from the Besties podcast.
Sure.
I wonder if it if it would blow their mind what your job is at Polygon.
I'm the editor-in-chief of Polygon, the website that's doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top of the
Doesn't
heap.
just do Besties.
A number
Yeah, I
one.
do have another job. That's pretty funny.
Oh, and here's Demon Souls.
Here's Demon Souls.
To answer the important question from chat, yes, Metamucil is also a fiber supplement.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
This
Does Demon Souls
game
look
is-
okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, let's make a character.
Oh, cool. This game is a trip for me because I very specifically remember in college buying this weird game called Demon Souls that I'd heard a little about. And I did bounce off it after a certain point. But I do very much remember this first area, this first wall that you're trying to get through. And the boss that you have to fight, both the big blobby armor thing, but then the giant afterwards. And I think that giant, I think that was when I just set my controller down and was like, nope, not for me.
Don't blame you. It can be a tough game.
Yeah.
Actually, Clayton, can you give me do me a favor and activate my Dark Souls targets or my Demon Souls targets?
Oh yeah, let's see here.
It's post feet, no glove, Florida man. I forget what the hands one is called, and then the weed number.
Okay.
And in the meantime, chat, can we start getting some name suggestions in the chat for me? Actually, I think Raptor Queen just accidentally already gave it to us with delicious Fiber Hack pistachios. So this guy's name is Fiber Hack Pistachios.
Oh,
Hi,
I like that.
I'm Fiber Hack Pistachios.
Sorry, can you say the ones again?
They all have a parentheses at the end of them that might help you track them down.
Activating no glove.
Yes.
Activating the weed number.
Yes.
Activating Florida Man.
Great.
Do you think Fiber Hack Pistachios has maybe like a business enterprise called FH Pistachios? Goes by like FH. Oh. I'll step away for 1 second.
Yep. Alrighty, we're gonna make this run a little easy for me by choosing Temple Knight for our class here. I'm not gonna give myself too many setbacks here at the beginning. I'll start. I don't think this matters that much. I'll take a firebomb.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you got 5 things which appear to just be different armor.
Yep.
That you will not be allowed to use, or you can force Pat to consume all healing items that he currently holds.
No game audio. So there's no game audio because, I mean, hang on. Let me know if you get doubled audio if I do this. Are you getting doubled audio or are you getting one audio when that happens?
Sounds okay to me so far. I'm not hearing like any game audio, but uh-oh.
No audio. Hang on. How about now?
I don't think I'm getting it either, yeah.
Yeah.
Doubled and quiet. Yeah, sorry. So what I can do is I can just turn it up in general so you get a little more of it. This is an issue with my monitor. Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. Don't worry about it yet. All right. Foundation type. Ooh, different. Okay, yeah, I'll stay there. Yeah, that's all good. Appearance. Oh, I mean, I feel like we kind of knocked it out of the park right out of the gate there with purple Michael Chiklis here. So we might just stick with this.
Pretty nice.
I mean, yeah, let's just stick with the grimace here. Mike says it's sad Thanos.
I was gonna say it's soulful grimace.
Yeah, soulful grimace.
Or yeah.
It does look like the child of Thanos and Shrek.
What would that child be called?
Snap Jr.?
What did it cost? I don't know.
An evening of love.
I'm gonna see if we can just push this a bit further into the grimace zone. I don't know. See, the sliders in this game don't really let you fuck things up that much. We did make some good spacing there. We could also try to make a Squidward.
Oh.
Let me try to make a handsome Squidward.
I'm not sure what you mean by that. Oh, okay. It's like, did they add octopus men to this game? But I understand now.
Yes, there are types of octopus men in the game.
Oh, there we go.
Reduce the age for handsome Squidward. Push the weight down or up? Down, I think, just so we can get as much cheekbone as possible.
I don't know why, but I always enjoy the age dial in games that just like fucks up the face more. like it goes beyond this thing where it just adds like a little bit of wrinkles. But when you really max it out, it just the face just starts to cave in on itself, and I don't know why. I just always max that out in games now whenever it's there.
Does Squidward have a normal nose or his regular nose?
Handsome Squidward, you mean?
Yeah, I guess he's also more blue than green.
Yeah, it's definitely a pale blue. So he has, is that, what do they call that? The Roman nose, where it kind of is pretty well straight down.
Okay.
It's kind of like flat almost. Not. Yeah,
For
it's
more of a
on handsome
schnoz.
Squidward.
it doesn't
okay.
protrude very much.
Okay.
No,
Let's
it almost
see.
droops and falls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh, hang on,
Looked at
are we
it
talking
like
Squidward or
wrong-
handsome Squidward?
we're talking handsome Squidward.
Okay. I think with handsome Squidward, it's.
Oh yeah, no, I see what you mean.
I mean, that's a pretty strong, powerful nose right there.
Do you only
But
have 4 options?
No, there's like 8. There's a bunch.
Oh, I see.
They all
Okay.
kind of look the same. I do like the look of this nose, though.
The chin is pretty cleft. Is that as cleft as of a
Oh,
chin?
no,
we
no,
can-
no. We got all kinds of chin options. Let me get into
Okay,
that.
More butt-like.
Nice. Check out the jaw.
As butt-like as you could make it.
Cheekbones all the way. Cleft chin. Maximum. Increase the width of the... no, it is... Yeah, he's got kind of that. on him.
It's pretty. Yeah.
Maximum
Oh, there's
height.
literally a cleft chin
Oh, yeah.
slider. Perfect.
All right, getting a bit closer.
Yeah, really emphasize that.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're getting there. I'm starting to see it.
What are his eyes doing?
They're like, I mean, similar to this. They're kind of like seducing you. You know, they're like halfway open.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's
baby.
the control.
And what color are his eyes?
Like
Red.
red. Yeah.
Reddish.
Oh yeah, that's
Maybe like an ochre.
Oh, that's perfect. What'd you say?
An ochre.
Oh
Yeah, kind of a red orange.
yeah.
Red orange. Okay, let me take it over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Too much?
Well, there's still the actual like eyeballs themselves are still kind of like
Right. Yeah, I don't know if this game will
Hello.
give us the fidelity
how
of
about
eye
that?
control
Yeah.
that we need.
I see what you mean.
Oh, do we have a secondary eye color? Okay. There.
Yeah. There. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Okay. Um.
Can we make the ears? He has no ears, so if we could make him as small as possible.
Yeah. Let me see what we can do on that ear situation. Depth. No. Depth. I guess depth it shrinks them in. No, is that put them in or out? Doesn't make a difference. I mean, sort of flatten them against the head a little bit, and then we've got just general different ears we can choose from. Let's just pick the smallest ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Those ones
there.
are pretty
Yeah.
tiny. There you go. Yeah.
Little baby ears.
We've also accidentally created the fucking dude who voices Kratos. We gave him the same exact fucking cheekbones and jaw.
Okay, we do need to work on the lips.
Okay, what are the... Oh, he does have like really kissable lips, right?
Real smoochers.
Yeah, luscious lips.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mouth. What that mouth do, Squidward?
And I mean, frankly, if you can get more cheekbone in there, it wouldn't hurt.
I think that these are set to maximum.
Are we maxed?
unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Is he pursing his lips? Is he like...
Yeah, they're like
Yeah, actually.
he's making a smooch, and it looks like his lips are made out of like like a really comfortable sectional.
Okay. I think this... That kind...
Ooh, that's close.
I mean, maybe should you see what they all look like maxed out? Because you
Well,
want
I
to
mean,
get these.
because we want to minimize the width, right? To sort of...
Because you want a minute. Yeah.
yeah,
It's
wanna-
probably as minimal width as you can get,
these
but
are
height
teeth.
maxed, depth
yeah,
maxed.
with the juiciest lips. Oh,
Ooh.
That's not so...
oh,
I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, he can't really enter the kissy zone, because if we widen his lips, then I think the lips might let us down a little bit. That's a start right there.
Oh, yeah. I think with minimum and then maximum depth.
Yeah.
What's the height do to the lips?
That got him a little kissier. There we go. All right, and then just decrease. No, I think just we need a little bit of width still. All right, cool.
It's like the placement of the mouth. Okay.
All right, I'm going to see if I can get his skin a little bluer, and then we will
You're
move on from there.
pretty close on that color. Maybe like it's actually just a little lighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool.
And if there's a way to make it shiny.
Unfortunately not. Unfortunately, he's looking the way he's looking. Did we update the game to Demon Souls? I don't know if we did.
Oh, yeah, let me see. Let me see. Do we need to specify that it's PS5?
I mean, Demon Souls Remastered, maybe? Or just Demon Souls? Alright, well, good enough. Temple Knight, Fiber Hack Pista.
It'd be great if it had kind of, you know, the NBA 2K sweat effect that you could use on his noggin. So, Pat, catch me up. You are expert at Demon Souls? Oh no, Pat's muted.
Nope. Well, after that update.
Oh no, still can't hear Pat.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. 1 second. Yeah,
Oh, there you are. You're back.
To be able to hear me. Okay, now they can hear me again.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah, my computer has a lot of devices plugged into it, which is going to be a bit of a problem.
Oh, I'm a dummy. Okay.
And I'm going to turn up the... I'm going to go into photo mode to actually pause the game. And then I'm going to... Wait, no, I can't do that. All right, going to audio. I'll just turn up everything a bit. What's up?
Yeah, Pat, I'm trying to update the name, but I'm not sure why Twitch is not taking it.
Let me try. All right, are you doing Demon apostrophe Souls?
See, I'm doing the exclamation point game. Demon. I'll try that. Demon apostrophe. Demon's Souls.
Yes, one demon has all the souls.
That time it worked.
Cool. Okay, cool.
It was just real finicky about the correct grammar there.
So to clarify the rules of what we're doing here, there are several donation targets now active. And how those work is you can pay into each of those silos, and if you fill out a silo, I am no longer allowed to use that piece of armor. And honestly, I'd kind of like you to do it, because right now I'm chunky rolling, which is not how I like to play Demon Souls. So if y'all could start making some contributions to pieces of armor that I'm forced to remove, Post Feet will require me to remove my boots. Florida Man will require me to move my shoes. No glove means no gloves. And then hats off means no more hats. Would appreciate the help. And the sabotage.
How do we get no scrubs? Is no scrubs an option?
No, I should have thought of no scrubs. It would have been good. I guess I should have consulted you on the list before we got on.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You've been busy.
All right. So I've never used a halberd in this game.
How's it feel?
Ooh, hefty.
Nice.
Wait, okay, so catch me up, Pat, because you were muted. How on the level of like 1 to 100, 100 being, speedrun expert,
Yeah.
where are you at on Demon Souls?
On Demon Souls, I'm like 14. I beat it.
No. Where are you at in Souls games? Because I feel like
Oh.
you're going to be lowballing us here.
I'm probably 40 to 50% on Souls games.
Okay.
I love them. I've played all of them except for Demon Souls 2, which I eventually want to do, but most of my friends who are more into Souls games than me, some of them say, yeah, you should play it sometime. Others of them say, absolutely do not play it. Oh, Pog. And yeah, but I only got into them in like 2018 or 2019, so I don't have a lot of time earned experience. Also, I've never done PvP because I've never been in one of these games, sort of in its primordial phase or from the beginning.
Oh, when you're getting invaders.
Yes. I mean, I still get invaders, but now they're like invaders who have been invading for like the last 10 years. And they're all nude and they're all extremely powerful and they love to ruin my life.
I just realized,
Go ahead.
have we read donations in a?
I think it's been a minute.
Yeah, I can get back on that. And actually, we can give people a heads up here that we're close to 11:33, and at the 33 of every hour, we like to do a little bit of collective action, inspired by Austin Walker over at Waypoint. If you feel like you can't do a large donation, that's totally fine. And even if you feel like you can't do a donation at all, we still really like having you here. It's really important. It helps keep the numbers up, helps keep other people coming in, and that all helps. But if you would like to give a small donation, we recommend that at the 33 of this hour and every hour going forward, to do a donation of $3.33. And you'll see here when that happens in about 10 minutes here, that we'll get a bunch of these donations. And it's genuinely inspiring because they all add up. And basically every time we do it, we at least get a couple hundred, if not more. And it's really, it's really incredible stuff. So try to remind you of that as the time approaches. But in the meantime, we've had some donors. And not looking at the donors anymore. Okay, there we are. Let's see here. Trying to remember which one I last read. Lizzie who loves your D&D sweater, Pat.
Oh, thank you.
Carolyn Violin. Danny, also digging the sweater.
Thank you.
Strat 115. DC. Shrek apologist. Who appreciates the crab chat I had Friday night. And soothing tummy teas, which hope that helps. No problem. Batar Liars also likes the ginger tea. Hermitry.
Oh,
all the way from Singapore. Excellent. I love that.
That's cool.
Nightmare Romance. Another anonymous. Trans rights! Exclamation point. Mischieful. I hope I'm pronouncing something close to that. Unholy Cannoli. Plant Fan. And Brent Blue Allen. Thanks you all so much. You're really helping out. You're helping us raise money for a really incredible organization, the Innocence Project. Their mission is to free the staggering number of innocent people who remain incarcerated and to bring reform to the system responsible for their unjust imprisonment. It's really amazing how much we've already raised here on the just so close, inching ever closer to 100,000, which we're at about $100 from 99. So together, doing a little addition in my head, we're about $1,170 away. from 6 figures.
DeadSec Pony says no shirt goal is less than $50 away now, I think.
Oh yeah, the targets now. We got targets. Yes, you are really close to taking off that shirt.
Well, I can't wait to pop this bad boy off.
Truly being a Florida man.
It's tough. So this is like a sort of balancing game where like I like my character to move a lot more lightly. So the more stuff we take off, that's going to be great for me. But then there is going to be a point of diminishing returns where I am too naked and I no longer have any damage resistance. At which point it will become harder again. So we're going to have a bit of a bell curve here. Excited
like
to see
real
how
life.
that goes. Yep. Did I already lose the helmet? So actually, no, sorry about that. I have a setting on that makes it invisible, but I will turn that off. Thank you for good catch.
They want to be able to see your beautiful, handsome squid face.
Well, they got to earn it.
Oh, you're right.
Settings, game, show helmet on. There we go. Now you got to earn that. You got to earn that sweet Squidward face.
Mm.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Florida man is complete.
Florida man complete. Time to pop this bad boy off. Woo! I'm ready to get in a fucking fight at the rallies line. All right, I am now. I think I'm medium. No, I'm still chunky rolling. So you gotta take
shirt off, helmet on.
Oh baby. So, yeah, I feel a bit of the odd man out as a Souls appreciator. Oh yeah, now this guy's gonna kick your ass. Sorry. Because I gave Dark Souls a try. I think I even did get Dark Souls 2 a try, and inevitably kind of reached the point where I decide I don't want to keep trying. But for some reason, the Surge was the one that I was like, no,
Really?
I am beating this game, and I don't know if it's just because they sprinkled some sci-fi on my Souls-like.
Was it like a little more forgiving, or
I think it was still definitely tough, and it's still you lose all your man, I can't even think of what their equivalent of Souls is in that game, but tech upgrade, power juice, whatever. But I think the thing is instead of finding armor and other things in these like very random spots, it had this system where you could dismember enemies' arms or legs or head or what have you. You targeted a specific thing, and that directly lined up with that kind of armor. So if you wanted like the next level of leg armor, you would try to chop off legs.
That's cool.
And you had like classes of armor, heavy armors, light armors, so you'd kind of hone in, but you could do combinations. You could have heavy leg armor and light arm armor if that kind of worked for you, and a lot of different kind of weapons, two-handed, big heavy weapons, faster weapons. There's even like a flamethrower, and I don't know, kind of an interesting story. I
Did
enjoyed.
You play the sequel?
I enjoyed the Surge. Sorry, so that's interesting. I downloaded it because it's on Game Pass.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you know what? I think I might be able to get my hands on an Xbox Series X not too long from now.
Yes.
So I'm like, you know what? I want to try this in the next generation. I want to see it.
Smart.
Super 4K, whatever magic that box is going to do for me. But I did just start it. So I'm also hoping, I guess I'm going to test how well the cloud saving sync does.
Oh yeah, it's so smooth, and I think like that's a good call, because this type of game, at least for me, the lower the load times, the like better chance I have of sticking with it.
Exactly, that was what I was thinking. I was like, this might look better, but I also just hope I won't have to wait, and also I can, from what I understand, just booting up a game is much faster, and the Xbox One takes its time.
Yeah. I mean, you're on the original Xbox One.
I have the little small one.
Oh yeah. But
it's so nice baby looking. Xbox One.
Yeah, we are extremely close to 100,000.
We are. I wonder if this 33 might get us there, because we're at 1129. We are $800 away. $800 away.
Freaking bad. We might hit it if we get some of these Dark Souls targets filled out. They made Stockpile Thomas look like fucking James Corden in this game. Well, I'm here hosting. Would you like me to store your things? Is it all right if I take your things for you?
Yep.
Alrighty, let's get into our first Archstone here. So unlike other Souls games, this one is separated distinctly into levels.
Did we pass the next the pants?
I'm looking at it. It's not quite there. Still about 170 off.
Okay.
Oh, he breathing fire.
Big dragon. God, yeah, and the dragon that having flashbacks to this game the first time.
All right, so I am in soul form, which means I have reduced health. That's okay. I'm going to get an item called the Cling Ring eventually that will give me an additional 25% health when I am in soul form. And I'm probably going to be in soul form for this entire run. Or maybe I should just, I don't know, I don't care. Staying in soul form is usually the safer option, because if you die in body form, your world tendency darkens, and then it gets a lot harder. And I've already got a couple of things making this a little trickier for me, and I don't want to do that.
So Pat, do you think that you can beat the game today? Is that the plan?
I've only got 3 hours, so definitely not.
Okay.
I've only played this one beginning to end once, like a week ago.
Yeah.
So I definitely don't. I'm sure there's gonna be points in here where I either forget boss strategies or I need to grind for a while to get a little more vitality.
Oh, okay. So just trying to monitor everything. We are at 99,260.
99,260.
You got 120 left on your feet, but we are also at 1132. So if you're gonna join us for a little 33, you can get ready. I already see some starting to trickle in.
Oh dang.
So let's see here. I'm gonna start reading because we already have some since I last read, and it's a good amount actually. People already jumping on that 33 before I even mentioned it. Oh boy, keeps updating. Yep, we're not even in 33 yet. We have Minotaur, Sydney Collins doing $100. Thank you, that's incredible. Badger or Bagder, Ash, Free New York Giraffe, Florida Time, Demon Strip, curse word, Kenneth Omega, Nasal Raisin, Laura Pink Witch, Raptor Queen, Calm Lump, We're Here and Ready to Party, Tamara No Drama, Groggy Dog, Scary Poppins, Elid S, Antifa Super Santa, Gat Pill, 100K for Digital Feet on Twitch, Giggle Loop, Blazer V, potentially Blazer 5. I think there's a period there. So a couple anonymous donors. We still appreciate that. Lil Blonde Russian, Stormy Garbage. We live in a post-feet society, in parentheses, okay, soon. Cinnamon Shakes. What's up, Clayton? Hi, Cinnamon Shakes. Joining us again for another collective action. W. Craggs, Sweaty Jenny, Ultimate Crying, Nimtendo. Oh my gosh, they're coming in so fast. I gotta update this. Wee Sna, Troutback Steakhouse, Stockpile Thomas, Curious Epic, 3, Just Worms, M9, Calm Lump, Anonymous, Gerald Fjord, Bren wants to work at Polygon, another anonymous donor, Feet Creep, Bethany G, Cake at Jobs, Rascal, Reed, heart-faced emojis twice, Salig, couple more anonymous. Thank you. Sleepy Darts, Odd Eye, Annes Mira, Patrick Surgery Disasters, Colby Cheese Banker, Hey Beach, Blook Witch, Free Toe Picks, Cake, Miss Emily, Stare into the Sun, Kosun00, No-Eyed Girl, Intolerant of Lactose, Joey, Feet Out for Satan, Bloody Delivery Man, Air Gender, Marvin Hamlish, Limmy Roz, Bean, Sockpile Corden, Diana Turner, Double Atari, The Besties Game of the Year, Colleen, Besties, Mylau, Enchanted Fluffingtons, Bratwurst, Gunchip, Project Marley, Adhesion Anonymous, Tave Hayes, Weesnaw, Drew M, Aaron, Toaster the Pomeranian, Anonymous, a lot of numbers, a lot of threes, a 69, a lot more threes, Jackie Daytona, Buckets, Space 95, a whole bunch more anonymous, Worm on a String, Trout Mask, anonymous, and I'm just looking at the total, little baby, we're at $99,983. We are, we are
happening.
10, okay, let's keep going. Sweeties, Feeties, another anonymous donor, Spa, Bring Back History Fun, please. Oh, we are $2 away. Not even $1.71 of the oak. That might have done it. Yep, that did it.
Big
Kelly also
flipping.
100K, 100,000. Oh my God, we did it with collective action. You all did this.
Yo, we got 8 hours left, or we got like,
And we still have
we got like 6 hours
left.
What's a funny number after 100,000?
Incredible.
Yeah, incredible.
Astonishing. I'm trying to think of numbers, but I'm just looking at this number on our board. 100K. Also, Pat, take off those boots.
Oh, they
take
are
off
already
that hat.
off. Oh, the hat's off too?
Yeah, hats off. Hats off to 100K. Incredible.
Still
And now
got
it's
my
updated
gloves.
on the stream. Look at that beautiful bar filled with $100,000. Cannot believe this.
I see some people recommending 104.20.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And then 69 cents.
I don't know if we can get that granular, but we should try.
Yeah, let me see. Overview. Goal? Okay. So we're gonna do 1,000, 100,000.
So 100,000 or $114,269? Wait, no. Oh my gosh. Why are numbers?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
gonna do 104.20.
Yeah.
.00. No, not a. Okay.
Oh!
Numbers are so hard right now. Okay, getting as many good numbers in here as I can.
I will refresh that browser source once you've done that.
Okay. And it is done.
Okay, let me go to our goal bar and then.
And brain's not letting me say this number the right way.
$111,420.
Oh, I forgot a one, but it's close.
Oh, we're gonna hit that one soon. Even more
Yeah.
reason to party. Oh, and 69
And then we'll get-
cents. You did it.
Ooh, God, the shield out on the last frame on that one. Ooh, fuck. There we go. I don't like the way this halberd fires one-handed. It's poopy.
I have to say, this is much more entertaining to watch than my royalty run.
Royalty is a great class.
It's so fun, but
What's that the equivalent of?
It's the magic caster. You just shoot. You stay very far away and shoot spells.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And my method was I had the ring that lets it slowly recharge.
Yes.
And I would shoot a few things, and then I would write a Christmas card, and then I would go back to shooting things. It was a very sound strategy until I died at the boss. Excellent.
I just noticed that you put some information in the
Yes.
the video. Shirt's illegal. Shoes illegal.
Once I have a chance to update for hats, I will. Ooh, bad. Okay.
They seem angry.
Yeah, they grumpy.
God, the fire looks so good.
Ooh.
Right,
I'm sorry it killed you.
Yeah, it took me a second to understand what your bad was.
Yeah,
Video
yeah, no, it was the video game. All right, let me make a little text update to let people know what the status of hats is right now. Copy.
Looks like you've got a good amount of time left to keep those gloves on. So.
Okay, paste a duplicate of shirts. And I go in here and I say hats band. Great. All right, well, let's get back to it. That was my first death.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to two-hand this halberd until I can find a nice one-handed weapon. Actually, let me see if I picked anything else. I got the mail breaker. That's too small. I think I gotta remember.
Thank you to.
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, Alice Forever Cemetery mentioned sharing the Neopets episode of an old show we used to do at Polygon called History of Fun. I just want to say thank you because that was
so
a
nice.
lot of fun. It makes me really happy. So are we approaching diminishing returns for you, Pat?
Yeah, we might be there. So usually when I do I'll show you something in the inventory here that you might already know, but for the chat, I'll do it too. So
also, we really should have got the stream sponsored by MeUndies. That would have been some easy money.
That would have been really good. A nice, comfy pair of MeUndies for handsome Squidward here. So you can see my equip burden in the upper right corner of the screen is at 35 right now. Since it is below 50% right now, that means that my dodge rolls are reasonably good. Normally, I like to do a build where I'm wearing some light pants, so I have some armor reduction, and usually I don't rock a shirt or a chest armor because that usually pushes me above my agility that I like to be at. But so right now the only armor reduction I'm getting is going to be from my gloves, which may be gone at some point soon. Stab-ems. I can see if I can try a Discord streaming this to you, if that would make things easier. Let me see if that would work real quick. Sorry to fidget.
Yeah, if your pipes can handle it, but
they should be able to theoretically, but we will see.
But you might have you'll have to readjust our cams, won't you?
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm gonna not do that. Well, actually, no, maybe not. Let me see.
Maybe just plant, it looks like.
Oh, yeah, no, I fucked it up.
What's going on?
I'm going to stop that. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back.
Welcome back.
All right, yeah, you can just watch on the stream. For the next PC game that I play, I'll be able to. I won't even have to stream tech into Discord because everybody who will be playing will be in the game with me.
Ooh. What is your favorite? I don't know, environment. I forget what they're called in this game, Pat.
Yeah, I think Boletaria is the most standard sort of like milquetoast fantasy thing, and they do a good job with it. I think, and I'm borrowing this justification here from my friend Blake because I was listening to them play the original Demon Souls before I watched this one, and they said something about World 3, which is the prison.
Yeah.
But what they said was that like it is the best and scariest Demon Souls world because like all of them are kind of like fucked up and scary, but that one is fucked up and scary in a way that's entirely man-made in terms of just like, it's like, this is the most oppressive, frightening environment I've ever been in, but it also clearly serves a purpose in whatever terrible society this is.
Yeah.
And it's just design-wise and color-wise, it's just so cool. So probably World 3, which is a horrifying labyrinthine prison, which then opens up into some sort of endless field of pylons outdoors. Hey, there's Blake. Blake's in the chat.
Nice.
Also, it's such a weird. It's a level where there's just so many different pieces of it where you're trying to figure out how they're connected. Like there's the prison, and like the architecture is like sweeping and like dramatic, and then there's like you go down an elevator into just a massive pool of fucking blood, and it's just full of half human grubs. It's very, very FromSoft.
I'm trying to remember the name of this. Ashen. Ashen was this other Souls-like that I did really get into. I feel like I have a weirdly eclectic taste when it comes to these games. But if you're curious out there for another one that has a kind of minimalist art style, kind of almost like a low poly style, but then also has this really kind of beautiful part of it where as you progress, you're sort of building up a little town, little community.
Oh boy.
It's very peaceful, it's very chill, and it's kind of a nice that's the area you return to every time you go on one of your journeys down into a dank dungeon or something. But
that was one of those games that was like launch exclusive for Epic Games Store. Is that right?
Yeah, and I think it may have also been like right at the
Xbox,
start of
I
the
think.
Game Pass.
Yeah, it was a Game Pass joint. Uh-oh, gotta eat some grass.
So that's Ashen. Just ASHEN. I think it's really neat. Let's see. I think we've had a good number of donations come in even after our 33. So let me pull those up. Ooh, yeah. Okay.
Are there any goals left? Anything left for
We got gloves
Pat
and the weed number, which if right now the weed number, if we hit it, it wouldn't be that big of a deal because I only have 10 healing items. It could hurt it could hurt more later. So depending on if you want to hurt me or help me, either pay for that one now or pay for it later.
Okay, let's see. Still also joined in on our 33. Theo declared no feet on Twitch. Cartoon Void, XYZZY, Demon Sauce, Kelly off of the Oak. Bring back History of Fun, please. And Spa. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Alrighty. So I'm just gonna go up the stairs, and I'm sure nothing bad will. Ah!
I agree with Space 95 in chat of like not understanding these games but enjoying watching them. I feel like I've slowly learned to get into these games, and I make it about a third of the way through each of them before just hating myself.
Which of them have you played?
All of the Souls games. Cool. The only thing that I didn't make it super far, I think I only made it probably a quarter of the way through Sekiro. And the furthest I made it was, I probably made it like, I don't know, about 3/4 of the way through Demon Souls 3.
Demon Souls 3 is so good.
Yeah. And, Dark Souls 3. But
oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
I keep wanting to play Bloodborne, but I played it when it first came out, and then I was like, I'm going to wait until this actually runs well. and that never happened.
Yeah.
And then I thought it would happen with the PS5, and that still doesn't happen. So now I guess I have to wait for like Blue Point to remake it.
Missing
Maybe
my
that
parry
can be-
windows here. Sorry, I'm gonna go heal up. I just want to parry this guy. All right. God damn it! The tell on that is longer than I thought. Nope.
Oh yeah, love a good parry. Actually, that was kind of a neat thing in the Surge 2, the little bit of it I played, where you actually parried in a certain direction with your analog stick, like up,
right,
down, left,
yeah.
or right. And you could implant a little thing, kind of like an upgrade that would give you a heads up of which direction that they're going to come from.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's kind of cool thing.
That's pretty neat. I'm gonna unlock a little shortcut here if I can get through this next area without dying.
For everybody in chat, feel free to share your favorite parry. You've already started, but I
see a
just want
parry
to know more
mason.
parry.
Steve Perry, I think, would count.
Parry the platypus.
Who's
I'm
that?
a Matthew Perry sort of man.
Matthew Perry. Perry Como.
There was a lake parry near where I grew up.
Was it a nice lake or like kind of a dud?
I think it was an okay lake. I think it is actually technically a reservoir, one of these ones that, if I'm not mistaken, the Army Corps of Engineers basically created back in the 1930s. Which is pretty neat. I think I camped there once and saw a turkey when I woke up.
Ooh, turkeys. Crazy animals.
Wild turkeys are small dinosaurs.
They move in flocks. It's horrifying sometimes. Alright, as long as I can take care of these blade guys and I don't fuck up, I will unlock a shortcut.
There's a real measure of restraint with this game in not having every character have a fire weapon because it looks so good.
It looks so good. God, the Blue Point did such a great job cleaning this one up.
Yeah, they're incredible.
Do you have any of the the sap, where you apply your own fire?
Actually, yes, I have a couple bits of that, and it looks great.
Okay, yeah, because the animation of applying that just looks so cool.
Yeah, and I don't know if they extended the amount of time that burns for, but it's definitely nice. So, update, I just got my Cling Ring, so I'm going to pop that bad boy on. That means I am now going to have 75% health when I'm in soul form instead of 50%, which is good. All right, so
yeah, actually, you're still
unlocked.
not even quite halfway to the no gloves, but
Yeah.
420. We're getting there. We're at about 300. So
for people who have not played Demon Souls, do you want to explain this shortcut that you just did?
Yeah, so I just, y'all remember me running that whole loop past all these enemies around here, going up that rickety staircase in the, and then you can see that bridge that we came up around, then we went across the top of this building, and then I went down this tower, and I opened this door that was locked from the other side. So now my runs should be a bit shorter, and I've eliminated a portion of the level. That's sort of a staple of Dark Souls FromSoft level design. Unlocking a shortcut from the other side once you've gotten past a certain point. It doesn't happen too many times in this game. This game feels a lot more like a really classic video game where there's just fucking straight up levels where you need to get through them without dying. Yeah.
Which style do you prefer? Do you prefer the open world thing with all the secret shortcuts?
Definitely. Yeah.
Or
Yeah. I feel like I really enjoyed playing Demon Souls for the first time, just to see how all of the ingredients came together to make the formula that was so good in Dark Souls. But I feel like there's just a lot of parts in this where it feels like they're just sort of scraping at brilliance, but not quite like putting the pieces together yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also feel like a lot of the boss fights in this game are a little more sort of like solvable, a little more like sort of gimmick based, where it's like, hey, if you have this item on, it's trivial.
As somebody who's not great at these games, I'll say I really like the format of Demon Souls.
Yeah,
I like
interesting.
that. I thought it would be way more difficult. And having, you know, I guess honed my skills with the other Souls games, so far I have not found it nearly as intimidating.
Yeah,
it feels
I
much
think
more manageable.
a big part of it is that the AI got more and more aggressive in every single Souls game, like
until Sekiro.
Until Sekiro, yeah, to the point like where people playing Dark Souls 3 sort of sometimes the discourse would be like these enemies are moving like Bloodborne enemies, but in a Souls game, so like they're much more aggressive and they're flanking you a lot harder, and like it took away a lot of like the standard Dark Souls options of just like walk around behind them and stab them in the back because they're kind of dumb and slow.
Yeah.
But this is a reset on that because all the enemies are very dumb again and very easy to manipulate. All right, I'm not going to buy anything because y'all are going to take it away from me.
I guess you can't probably buy a better weapon than what you have.
No. Yes. For those of you asking in chat about what happens if you touch a bloodstain, you get to see the last, I think, 15 seconds of somebody's life. So that
love that.
Yeah.
Also, the messages people leave behind.
Very funny. Yeah, some of them are very helpful, and some of them are funny, and some of them are foul.
Trolling.
This is a foul note. See, this one person warned us that somebody's going to be behind me, but I didn't see anyone behind me. So maybe that's if you run forward too far. Oh, God. There we go. Avoid ambushes. I mean, that's sort of generic advice. I'm gonna say that's fine, but I'm gonna say try to do better. I wish you could give people edits on their notes.
Reply to their notes.
All right, let's go take care of that archer up there. Oof. So sorry, Plante, what did you say your favorite Souls game was?
I mean, honestly, so far, Demon Souls might be my favorite, which feels sacrilegious, but
yeah,
I love the art style. I don't know why I prefer it over Dark Souls because they don't seem that different. It just feels a little weirder. Is that fair to say? Like
Demon Souls feels weirder.
Demon Souls, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe because I'm thinking about like the poop tower that you must descend. Like, that's like a level of weird that I appreciate.
Ooh, fuck.
I really like the Bloodborne art, but it is so much faster that I kind of struggle with it. I think I also am I get anxious playing a game where I have to parry so much. I know, like, for you as a fighting game fan, like, this is kind of perfect. But parrying is so core to Bloodborne that I found myself mostly anxious whenever I played it.
Right. I think actually, so I played a pretty low parry build in Bloodborne because I usually just do pure strength builds in most games that I play. So in Bloodborne, I think I ended up using Ludwig's Holy Sword, or not? Yeah, Ludwig's, which is the big transforming sword, and it's just a claymore. So like I never had access to my gun because I was always just swinging a big two-handed sword. So I was just that was just a dodging game for me.
I should go back and try that. I really do want to play it, but again, like I said, it feels like silly to go back and play it now, knowing like I don't know, in a year I could hopefully play it in a better form.
Yeah, I would love to play a 60 frame per second Bloodborne. It would be so pretty. Do you think I wonder if they would just do a PS4 patch for it, or whether they'll do like a full Blue Point conversion?
I would be surprised if it's somewhere in between, but you still have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Like if it like $30, not $30, like $40 some. Blue Point is involved, but it's not like a full on disc. So like 60 frame per second plus upgraded texture pack or something like that.
Right. All right, everybody enjoy this. I'm about to home alone some guys.
So
I love this.
I think Jenna was going to join in, and I see that she is in the back channel, so I'm going to go see
I'll trade places with her because I need to go
Okay.
make my child food. But thank you all for having me. And congratulations. I mean, this is incredible. It's pretty amazing. And thank you all, chat and viewer, like all of you who actually made it happen. I mean, and to think that shirts and shoes have been made illegal. I mean, it's a really incredible Sunday.
We're changing the world here. We're
Yeah.
the official rule on shirts illegal, shoes banned, hats a crime. Thank you, Plant, for dropping by and hanging out with us and Handsome Squidward. And thank you for helping us make this thing happen.
Thanks, y'all. I'll talk to you later.
All right,
Bye.
take care. Bye.
See you later.
If you just have Jenna rotate right in, I won't even need to fuck with the cropping.
Okay. Let me go hop in there real quick. I don't actually know.
Okay.
Oh, she got
Hello.
the message. Okay.
My eye was on the live stream waiting to see Pat jump out of this channel. Not the live stream, but our secret Discord channel.
Yeah.
Ready. But he can't see my face.
And actually,
I might just
Pat,
have to
before
switch
you.
over to it for a second.
Yeah, and I'm also
You're
going
also
to hop
off?
out here.
Okay, cool. It'll just be me and
Um,
Jenna then. Thank you so much, Clayton, for waking up
Okay.
and playing some games with me.
No, of
Yeah.
course. Love it. And love to see us cross $100,000. Incredible. Y'all keep being awesome.
Incroyable.
And I think I'll be back on for our final game, little Jackbox. Until then,
Yes.
see ya.
Toodaloo.
Hi, Clayton.
Bye.
See you in the chat for Clayton, please.
Whoops.
Absolute chat. I don't think it was on purpose. I think it might be because we've all been talking a lot more the last couple of days than normally we do, but Clayton had such good soft ASMR voice this
It was
morning.
great,
I really
yeah.
appreciate it.
Clayton didn't want to disturb his neighbors. It's early over there. But
That's
also
fair.
Clayton is just a quiet soul, which is nice.
Hmm.
Jenna, how you doing? Good morning.
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. Hey, good morning. Yeah, I'm pretty good. Excited to watch some Demon Souls.
You were on. I'm losing track of time a little bit, but you were on this morning with Brian for a little bit, right?
Yeah, I hopped in for the 8 to 10 shift to
Cool.
keep Brian company.
Very mighty kind of you.
And now, hey, now we're here. How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty good. I should adjust my posture. I'm slumped over to one side right now. Let me actually adjust my position, make sure I'm still in good framing. I'm going to sit up straight. Chat, I'm not going to say chat. It's chat's job to keep me sitting up straight because then I'll get annoyed. But I'm going to try to sit up straight for a while.
Yeah, that's a good plan. It's just yeah. It's hard when you're sitting in a chair for 8 hours. That's what I have to say about it.
Yeah. Boy.
Even a comfortable chair. Okay, hey everybody. I see you crossed the 100,000 mark. Spectacular.
Yes. We are making numbers here. I'm just going to wait for this dragon to come and clear this bridge out for me.
It's a good call. That's always feels like the right call in a Souls game. Love that we're going for 104,000 much like Brian, have difficulty reading out numbers. Where's the
Yeah.
comma in that? 104,269 cents. That's a great goal. That feels very doable, even in the time we have left.
I think we can do it.
Yeah.
All right. Making a run for it, folks. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Okay.
That's gotta be hurting your bare feet, huh? All those cinders, all those burned bodies. I really liked, so you were talking about Bloodborne, which is a game I'm so achingly close to finishing with my partner. And I was so amused because the build you described is also our build, which is, at least for me, we kind of are switching weapons between my partner and I, but I'm Ludwig Holy Sword, low parry, mostly just interrupt and knock back.
Yep. Yeah. Ludwig's is so good. And pure strength builds in Souls games are always so fun and rewarding. I've never done an agility build. I need to do a magic build at some point. Yeah. So wait, are y'all gonna do the DLC for Bloodborne 2, or just
That's actually what we're doing right now. Is we have basically just the end boss left, so we've been running through the DLC. So we just messed up. Ooh, what was his name? The Horseman.
Ooh, yeah, that's actually. Wait, is that Lawrence? No, that is Ludwig, I think.
Oh yeah. It was Ludwig, and we got his Moonlight Sword version. We've played with that a little, but it's underpowered because we haven't powered it up yet.
Right,
but I think my partner has, so we'll have to try that.
Very specific build to make that thing work. I've acquired it but never had the stats to use it. I should do a Ludwig's build one day. Or sorry, a Moonlight build. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that boss is incredible. Just like the design of that boss is one of my favorite from Monster Designs, because they just they fucking drove that one into the ground. They're like, let's just be as absolutely disgusting as we can with this monster design.
I'm really enjoying the DLC. It definitely feels like they were able to take a break and then come back to the table and be like, let's get real raunch. Let's get real fucked up.
Yeah, let's give this horseman a mouth made out of eyeballs. And nobody can stop us.
Let's turn him into a centaur for the second part of the fight. People will love that, right?
I love it when he sort of like finds his honor again and picks up the sword. It's incredible.
It's so good. It's an incredible fight. I really enjoy it. It's definitely one of the top tier fight in my opinion. And I know that the next part of the DLC, or we should eventually be getting to some sort of Fish Town. I'm really excited about Fish Town.
Have you fought Maria yet?
No, we haven't. That's on the list as well.
Also,
really excited about that fight.
Maybe one of my favorite Souls series fights ever. Yeah. Not that hard once you figure out like the directions you're supposed to step during which moves, but still like one of those really good Souls fights where it feels like just a battle between two people who have sort of roughly similar skill sets.
Yeah, I look forward to that. I've heard really good things about that fight in general, so I'm excited about that.
Yes. No more glove? Okay, we are fully nude, folks.
Ooh, well, it's perfect time for me to read some donations. We are donating, if you're unaware, we're donating towards Innocence Project. If you don't know what Innocence Project is, basically their mission is to free the just staggering number of innocent people who are incarcerated and to reform the system to prevent their unjust imprisonment. So they do a lot of stuff with like reforming laws around DNA evidence usage to make it not only consistent across the country, but also better. And to allow for people to like go back to very, very old cases that had DNA evidence that predated like modern forensics, basically, and allow that DNA evidence to be used to exonerate people. And so they do work like that, and it's stuff that's very achievable, but needs money and manpower to happen. And that's what they're all about. So let's look at some donations. I don't know.
No! I'm okay. Sorry.
Wow. Oh, I'm on a slight delay because I'm watching the stream. So I knew to wait for it, but that was still very startling.
It's okay. I'm sorry for the startling noise. That was involuntary.
Let me go ahead and refresh my screen. I see $20 from Hermitry. Hi, they say hi from Singapore. Love the stream and what you guys are doing. Big fan. We also got $200 from Squasha. Thank you, Squasha. I've seen that you've also been donating previously, so thank you so much for this big donation. They say, good morning, everyone. Thank you for the marathon. Good morning, Squasha. We've got one that says advice for Pat and others. As they say, I bought a back posture strap that works kind of like a backpack strap without a backpack that helps me keep my back straight during long seated work days. Look into grabbing one. I promise it makes a difference. That's interesting. I'll have to check that out. Thank you for the $20 donation, Eugene Debs. While there is a lower class, I am in it. While there is a criminal element, I am of it. And while there is a soul in prison, I am not free. That sounds like it's a quote from something. Perhaps Eugene Debs? Perhaps that is not the donor's name, but an author's name? Oh, it is. They are an American socialist, political activist, trade unionist, and one of the founder members of the Industrial Workers of the World. Amazing. That's a great quote. Thank you for donating and sharing that. Thank you, Apparitional. They say thanks for good content, especially for a good cause. And thank you, Jesse Bandine and Michael Rathew. They say smank.
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 Smank. Now smank I can get into.
Thank you, everybody, for your donations. And keep it up as much as you are able.
So we're now fighting the Phalanx, which is a sort of... It's an endurance boss. He is a mass of melted soldiers who have joined... essentially, they've unionized.
I never thought I'd see a boss that unionized.
And I am regrettably busting here. What I need to do is these little shield slugs will break off of the main core and sort of shuffle around. And I want to try to get around behind them. Oops. Hurt them. And then they will not be able to return to the core mass. And then I can go in and do damage to the core of this thing. So I'm just going to be trying to take my time, roll around, avoid damage, and pick these little dudes off where I can.
Okay,
So,
this is a great design.
yeah, it's... Ooh. Sorry. I'm okay.
Nice. Yeah, I love this. This reminds me of there's a mob enemy in Dark Souls, I think in the DLC.
Yeah,
that
Independent World.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I'm so glad you know exactly what I'm talking about. That it's kind of like this, but I don't think they're armored. I think they're just sort of they are just front attack heavy goo folks.
Yes.
But it looks like the same kind of strategy for fighting them.
Yeah, pretty much. That is where that exact spot is where I do all my farming in Dark Souls. If I'm like a few levels behind and I just need a few extra points here and there, I just go fight the Phalanx over and over again. 'Cause they're pretty
I like that.
easy,
That's smart.
and they drop a lot of health. Really, Beardsack says this enemy also comes back in DS3 in the final painted world. I don't remember that. I did all the DLC. They all kind of run together a little bit, so I'll have to look up a YouTube video.
Also, hello, Beardsack. That's my partner. Hey.
Oh, cool. Hello.
Yeah. I started playing Dark Souls 3 at the very beginning of the pandemic quarantine, and kept up for a while, but then it did become too much of an emotional burden during an already emotionally burdensome time.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Especially 3. 3 is just so desolate and sad, and like in a fidelity that none of the previous games were able to achieve. It's just...
High fidelity despair. Oh man.
Dark Souls 3 is just, area wise, monster design wise, I think it might be my favorite of the Souls games.
Yeah, that's what I hear from a lot of people, which is why I want to get back to it. Maybe that's what I'll do over Christmas break.
Oh, perfect, yeah. That'll get you in the holiday spirit.
How's this polearm treating you?
I don't love it. So I accidentally picked the wrong starting class. I wanted to do maybe Temple Priest or something like that, and I went with Temple Knight. So I've got this. I wanted to just do the starting class that had the mace, but I didn't want to remake my handsome Squidward, so we're just going to see how this goes.
Okay, is that what this is? Okay, that makes a lot of sense now, what I'm seeing. Oh, yep, that's handsome Squidward, all right.
Okay, so we've done some okay damage against the Phalanx so far, but we don't have... Okay, we have some openings on him here. But we want to keep reducing his numbers.
Yeah. Ugh. I love this. I love seeing the shield goos try to get into formation, but there's just not that many of them.
Yep, it's kind of sad, but also cute.
Oh, congrats in the chat to Pidgewings for finishing their pre-SAT after they're saying 3 hours. Good God. I empathized with that now more than ever.
I guess I'm assuming they've moved SATs online. Is that?
Yeah, I assume all testing must be online. Although I do distinctly remember being spaced apart pretty far.
Yeah.
During whichever one of those that I took. I don't remember. Maybe SAT.
I don't even remember what I got on the SATs.
No, I don't either. It becomes so unimportant immediately, which is very frustrating. It's so important when you need it to be important, and then it stops being important forever immediately after.
All right, I think we got this guy as long as we keep being careful.
Yeah. Oh, Jester Wrights is saying ACT and SATs still sadly in person.
Weird.
Wow. I mean, yeah. I guess I understand why, even though it's dumb. Yeah. I love this. I love this. Yeah. Great job. Great job. Yeah. What a cool... I very much like the design of that monster. I love a goo monster.
Me too. I love a goo monster with other bits mixed in it, like the little bones in there and stuff.
Yeah, I like when you get a gelatinous cube and you can see the stuff floating inside it.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we're going to head back to the Nexus, which is the sort of the hub of the game, and I'm going to intentionally die.
Ooh.
We got to take care of a couple little story beats here. This is a thing that I picked up watching my friend Blake play, but this game, to explain the world tendency as I understand it again, each one of the 4 worlds in the game, or 5 worlds in the game, has its own world tendency, which moves from white to black based on the average position it is for all players connected to the server, but also with your personal one. And the way your world tendency moves darker is by dying in body form. So we can get around that by dying in the Nexus. So we're going to die in the Nexus, which means we'll be running around with reduced health, but that means that if we continue dying, our maximum health won't decrease, which is what would happen if we kept dying in body form.
Oh. All right.
Yeah,
that's fascinating and weird.
It is really weird. Hey, we got Faith here. Hey, Faith.
Excellent. Okay. So have you, I just assume you've played and beaten Demon Souls already, right?
Yeah, like a week ago.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, no, my first playthrough of Demon Souls was wrapped up about a week ago. Yeah, it was fun. I have not played the original on PS3 because I did not have a PS3.
I mean, this looks beautiful, so...
It is gorgeous.
I'm excited for there someday to be PS5s in the world that I might be able to get my hands on so I can play it.
Yeah, God. We were joking, and we have a room for trying to track down PS5s, a Slack room, and we were joking that trying to get a PS5 is the worst roguelike of 2020. It's like back at the beginning every time. It is a horrible grind, and then you fail, and then you're like, well, fuck you, see you tomorrow.
Yeah. It is just like, it is, because you get in the queue and it says more than an hour and you say, yeah, I've seen that before. And it's like anytime that it goes less than more than an hour, like anytime it gives you a number, it's because they've already sold out and everybody's leaving the queue. Yeah. It's just like, this seems like the cruelest way of doing this.
For sure.
But this looks beautiful, so I'm very excited someday. Yeah. I don't know what's happening, but I'm into it.
They're explaining the lore. This tiny little glowworm child is explaining the lore.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Let me show you this baby. Accept the mission. Yeah, baby, I'll take it. So this game has a photo mode, which is a first for Dark Souls, which means you can, or the Souls game, which means you can actually pause. But yeah, look at this little baby. Look at this little, wow, I just noticed the skin texture. It's almost like the baby is sort of like petrified wood.
Yeah. 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 It's a freaky little baby. It looks very sculpture-like. Yeah, it is like wooden. That's so wild. Pretty cool. Yeah, it's a handsome Squidward, all right. I don't know how else you would describe that.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna go see if I can level up downstairs, and then I'm gonna throw myself from the top of the Nexus so that I may preserve my world tendency.
Amazing.
Faith says that was, can we go to McDonald's and that we have food at home standoff. That is the look. That is the look.
Oh man. Okay. Man, beautiful setting. Just the lighting on this is so intense. Ooh. I mean, I would love to see. Wait, what remaster were you guys talking about?
Bloodborne.
Yeah, I would love to see. I mean, Bloodborne already looks so cool, but I can only imagine a remastered Bloodborne would be.
Yeah, Bloodborne with a bit of just a smooth 60 would be so gorgeous.
A little bit of ray tracing.
Ooh, God, a little bit of RTX here and there. Chat asked for the balance to shift a little bit, little more Pat, little Jenna, little down. I think that should be good. Jenna, can you say something?
Yeah, I mean, you guys will let us know if it's off.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Cool. Alrighty. Seek soul power. So I'm gonna just go strength and faith. Strength. And a little bit of vitality won't hurt. A little more faith. Guess it would be nice. Okay, cool.
Oh, nice. You're doubling your levels here.
I'm stronger. Oh, that finished.
Twice as strong and faithful.
I like. Are you familiar with the lore difference between miracles and spells in the Souls games?
Oh no, I'm not.
They are scaled within the gameplay. The scaling on them is determined by either by your faith or by your intelligence. Miracles are literally granted by gods within the Souls world. So the way for those, that's why by increasing your faith, those become more powerful because they are rewarding you for having more faith. Spells are derided by some people who use miracles because they're unholy, but those are the ones that you study, right? Like that's the traditional like wizard, like looking through esoteric scrolls. So that's why intelligence determines your stats there.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think that's similar to the way it's handled in some like D&D type lores.
Yeah, there's definitely like the paladin,
right?
The paladin track as being like the holy track. But I never play paladin, so I don't even know what the deal with that is.
Okay, I'm gonna give this guy. I found James Corden's wife's hair clip, so I'm gonna give it to him.
Great, great.
Hey.
Oh yeah, huh?
Sorry about your wife.
God, the face is
Maybe
really
later.
Expressive. I mean, good, but goodness.
Yeah, they turn the faces up to 200% in this one.
Yeah, the really sculpted hair as well. There's a lot here.
Right?
Yeah.
Like where do you find fucking pomade in this world? Pomade.
Yeah. It also looks a little bit frosted up front. It's hard to tell.
He's got
That's just
frosted
the lighting.
tips. Hang on, let's get in there and get a better look. All right, I got the ring of Herculean strength. All right. Yeah, I mean, maybe he's just sort of got a strawberry blonde thing going on, but...
Yeah. Oh my god, the resolution just snapped in for me.
This guy looks like a fucking Brooklyn chocolatier.
Yeah. Yeah. The thick stash, a little bit of stubble on the sides. God, the detail on this face is outrageous. Also, the really, really red eyes, like, it kind of looks like maybe he's been streaming for 50 hours.
This guy looks exactly like somebody, and I'm trying to put my finger on who it is.
Like somebody you know or somebody famous?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's a bit James Corden. I think it's a bit my friend Ian. But also somebody else.
He kind of looks like, God, what's his name? I'm Googling right now, frantically. Kind of looks like Parks and Rec era Chris Pratt.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing a bit of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, when I'm in ghost form, that's just scary. But it does highlight the cheekbones a little bit.
Oh boy, God, your eyes glow so beautifully pink. Polygon pink.
Oh, all right. Well, let's do.
Somebody in the chat saying Jason Segel. That's a good. Yeah, kind of a Jason Segel vibe.
Yeah. Hey, does anybody in the chat know what dex skill I need to get to use the scimitar? Sorry, not the scimitar. The scimitar that gives me regen of mana.
Ooh, I'll keep an eye on the chat.
13. Thank you, Blake.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Thank you, cool Blake, for being cool.
All right. Well, we will. Let's push into World 1-2 a bit, and then I will go and see if I can collect that falchion. That's what it is.
I'm going to read a couple more donations in preparation for the 33-minute mark, which is when we ask people to donate $3.33 as a form of collective action, where we all do a little bit and then we come up with a whole bunch. So in prep for that, let me read a couple donations. Thank you to Toaster the Pomeranian. Super impressed that you could operate a computer with your little doggy paws. Thank you, Megan C. Thank you, Mr. Kalu's late 333 drive. It's currently an early 333 drive, so good luck. They ask if there's any plans for more Cyberpunk Red content. We're not working on any more Cyberpunk Red content. That doesn't mean in the future there won't be more Cyberpunk Red content, just that we're not actively working on anything. We got $20 from Thanks Polygon, donation from Glenn Close's Innocent. That's a reference to Dungeons and Daddies, a very good D&D podcast that I guest starred on recently. Thank you, Was Mobot. Thank you, Gelatinous Cube. Thank you, We Saw. They say 420 for 4:20 a.m. Thank you, Pat, for the very cool game content.
Oh, thank you.
Goober 5000 says, I have 6 more measures to engrave in a score for my final, and each measure takes around an hour to finish. So thank you guys for doing this awesome charity stream for a great cause, because I might go insane. You're engraving measures? What does that mean? If you're in the chat, please explain what that means. Thank you for Quesadilicious for donating $69.69. They say, keep it up, Polygon crew and chat. Love ya. And that was all just in preparation for the 33-minute mark, when we anybody who can afford to donate even just $3.33 hops in and donates that. Again, we understand that it's a weird time and that you might not have $69.69 to donate, but even doing a little bit helps. And if we all do a little bit, if we all just do a little bit, all of those tiny little actions compile to be way bigger than the sum of their parts. So that's what 333 is about. So get your fingers ready, and I'll I'll read off all your names after that slows down.
Terrific. Thank you so much, Jenna. So we have fought our way through this nasty little cave of slug soldiers, and now we're going out to one of the more annoying areas. This run is exhausting. I might just grind it up a little bit to level up, and then we'll move on to another area and come back here later. But this area is also gorgeous.
I love how well set up the scenes are. Like there's such attention paid to the first moment you step. I'm sorry, you got knocked by that dragon. I love just how often in these games you step through a doorway and an archway and you just see like this beautiful, beautiful expanse. It's just such attention to level design.
It's gorgeous. I noticed a particular thing about this game is compared to other Souls games, I feel like a lot of these levels are much more linear. In some cases, very, very intentionally, just they cramp you way in. But they also they're insanely, all the corridors it pushes you through have very, very, very high ceilings. So it's both a thing that makes you feel claustrophobic and small, which is like an interesting combination.
Is this part of the dying run? Is you're just gonna get bonked by dragons a bunch?
Yeah, more or less.
Excellent.
All right, we're back.
Excellent. Are there any incentives left, or I guess you're as nude as you can get, huh?
Yeah, there's still the weed number, which if I get that, I need to eat all of my healing items that I have on my inventory, which would be a bit of a setback for me, a bit of a personal setback.
So you're saying if we get to 104,269 cents, that's gonna happen?
Oh wait, is that target not active? It should be a target.
Oh, I don't see. Let me check. Let me check in the targets and make sure that's active.
Yeah, thank
you. I see Florida Man. I see hats off to you. I see no glove. I see post feed. Oh, I do see the weed number. Yes.
Okay.
Let me keep it and let me double check and see if that went through. Oh yeah, it does. It has definitely. I'm so sorry I wasn't keeping an eye on that. But yeah, the weed number is activated. Consume not even yeet. You're consuming all held healing items is what it says.
All right, so I got to eat all my grass. This is it's like when your dad catches you smoking and makes you do the whole pack. Here we go.
Yeah, when your dad catches you smoking weed and makes you smoke the full pack of weed.
Smokes. Yeah, here we go. God. Oh man.
This is really good.
It's 33, folks.
Hey, perfectly timed. It is the 33-minute mark. So go ahead. And if you at all can, now is a great time to donate $3.33.
Man. Shit.
Do you wish at this moment that you had healing items still?
I will very badly want those healing items in short order. Luckily I did pick a class that has self-healing, so I will be able to get a couple heals per run.
Very nice.
But I need to recharge that with mana potions, or spice, as it's called in this game.
It's called spice for real?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I love Dune.
I need to.
That's the one, right?
Yep, that's the one. I need to finish Dune. I need to Okay. Oh, I didn't free this guy earlier. Okay. I was coming here to do a quest, but I need to go into an earlier area to start it.
Oh, that's a cool looking thing you just picked up that you can't wear.
Yeah. Oh. Alright, so there's a couple dogs here that I gotta fight, and they're really hard.
Dogs are so annoying in the Souls games. They're so fast.
Yeah, and they love to use them. They love to put the fucking dogs in these games.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's on me, because I mean, especially in Bloodborne, since I'm using the biggest, slowest weapon.
Yeah, that tends to be me too.
Oh!
Alright, well, I don't have any healing items. Let's see if I can get a nice spell heal.
Nice.
Alright, that's good. That's good. Actually, I'm gonna use a firebomb on these dogs.
I guess here's a question is, like, how likely is it that you are going to get more healing items?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely gonna happen.
Okay.
Whether or not I'll have to grind for it is another question.
Okay. All right. That's good to hear. I don't want to be this. I don't want this run to be entirely sunk. Because
we should still be good. Sorry.
Great. Whew. Oh. Who could have seen that coming? Truly.
2 extra dogs. There were 2 dogs that I did not plan for.
2 spare dogs. You did really, really good against those dogs, though.
Oh, thank
I'll say
you.
that. Oh man. Thank you, chat, for putting the F in respect for our fallen comrade, handsome Squidward.
Sorry. So wait. Apparently Blake looked up the stats for that falchion, and it's actually 10. So I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go get that now.
Excellent. That's a good call. While you're doing that, I'm going to read some thank yous for the beautiful people who donated $3.33 just now. That bumped us up a huge amount, so thank you so much. So thank you, Backpack, for his applesauce. Thank you, MLG Pat wins again. They say it's very satisfying to watch Pat destroy a boss. Agreed.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Wake and Bake. They say my chihuahua is real mad I'm watching this instead of cuddling him. Why not both? Thank you, Monica, with a K. Thank you, This Dragon has done nothing wrong. They say, I said what I said. Respect. Thank you, Anonymous, for the $33.33 donation. They say, keep it saucy. Love y'all. Thank you, following y'all for years. Huge fan, never stop. We never will. Thank you, DJ Nihilus. Thank you, 420 Munchies. Thank you, James's Corden. they put an apostrophe before the S. So it's James Corden.
It's like
I
Demon
don't know how
Souls.
Yeah. Thank you, Tenor Times 96. Thank you, the good Dr. Abernathy. They say, love what y'all are doing. Keep rolling that beautiful beam footage. Thank you, Boy, who says, hooty hoo.
Who?
Thank you, Wee Snaw. So sorry for the loss of all your grass, Pat, is what they say. Thank you, Anonymous. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Handsome Stoned Squidward. Thank you, Arna. Thank you, Anonymous. They say y'all are doing incredible work. Take care of yourselves. Thank you, Erica. Thank you, Trans Rights. Thank you, Handsy Squidward, which is different from Handsome Squidward. I would take one over the other for sure. Thank you, Mitchie87. They say, love you guys and everything you're doing. Thank you, Jeff Nelson. Thank you, Help, I'm a Dog. Thank you, Cron Darlin, taking this opportunity to say I'm proud of everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Argyle Werewolf, Ting Bingus, Kelbert, Kyungsu 420. They say this is my third 333 donation of this fundraiser. This stream has been a great soundtrack to my weekend chores, so thank you all for doing this. Thank you for donating. Thank you, Pat's Weed Dealer. Thank you, Weed Number. Thank you, Kira. Thank you, Wallace, Chris. Thank you, Anonymous. Thank you, Audra, Kath, and Gloopy, and Brig, and Onions Juice, and Jamnabai. They say, thanks to everyone at Polygon for this dope stream. Thank all of you for donating.
Donka. Alright, I gotta fucking deal with these skeletons. These cheeky little skeletons are great. a long animation.
Ooh. These skeletons got a lot of bits on them.
Oh, they sure do. I'm trying to kite them one at a time.
Yeah, that's a good call. You're doing pretty good, yeah.
Oh no, we're okay.
Faith asks a really important question, which is, are there any bone wheels in this game?
No bone wheels in this game. I wish. I mean, these guys sort of do some bone wheel appropriation, but they're not bone wheels. Bone wheels are by far the best design for any monster ever. Jenna, would you like to describe what a bone wheel is?
Oh, I mean, they are sort of. I mean, it's like. They are exactly what they sound like, which is they are a wheel, like a giant wagon wheel, like big wheel. But they are made of bones, and they've got a little skull on the front, and they move so fast, and they will appear out of the darkness and run you down, and they will hit you and push you into a wall and keep hitting you until they get tired. And they are just miserable to fight.
Yeah.
And if there's one bone wheel, there's like 8 other bone wheels waiting for you to think you're safe.
Yeah, they roll and cruise. They don't fly solo. But I love them, and I respect them, and I respect their lifestyle.
That's good, because I don't. And I'm not there. I'm not here for them. I'm not ready to patronize them. I'm looking at pictures of them right now. They're so miserable.
That one dungeon in the painted world where you go down into the dark and all of a sudden you're in the dark with like 10 bone wheels. Yeah, and you get through killing one and then another one gets you, and it's just like that over and over again. And then there's also remember, oh wait, you haven't played enough Dark Souls 3 to get to Bone Ball yet. No, I haven't, but boy am I gonna Google it. It's just imagine the Indiana Jones boulder, but just bones. Holy cow. God, I love Dark Souls. Yeah. Oh my god. What a nightmare. Great. I do like that you can get a bone wheel shield. That's stylish. But I'm also much more glad to hear that this game does not have an equivalent. Well, I mean, these guys can roll at you from a great distance infinitely. So they sort of serve the same purpose. Okay. They are annoying, but they're weak to blunt damage. So if you get
it's a shame you smoked all your weed.
I know, right? Well, I've picked up 4 more. But I don't know if that's how far that's gonna get me. Ooh. Oh, just run it. Oh no! Don't die! Don't die! Just fucking run! Just run! Just. Oh. Oh boy. Well. All right. I'm gonna try a brand new strat here. Oh yeah. Strat. Yep. Pure running. Okay. Pure mad running. Excellent. Juked. Oh no. All right, no, I gotta keep being patient. No, I don't need my armor back. I don't want my armor back. It won't make, like, the amount of armor that I want back won't be enough of a damage reduction. I'm also playing this out of sequence right now. I should not be at this point in the game. I'm just doing this to make things a lot easier for myself later. Yeah, Ghostbot Voice asks, how do we feel about some self-care goals / rewards for donations? Would love for everyone to be consistently hydrated and regularly stretched, and also for even more money to get raised for an excellent cause. I don't know, how do you feel about it? I mean, I'm hydrating I'm taking care of myself. I'm hydrating good and nice. I definitely appreciate the sentiment, but I think we will maintain that stuff for ourselves. Also, creating those would be more work, and tracking those would be more work. So it would sort of, it wouldn't fully self-neutralize, but it'd be like, hey, here's another thing to think about.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. But I do promise that we are hydrating.
Yes.
At any point, if Pat, you want to stop and stretch, I can read donations, or if you have to go bathroom or anything.
I think I am going to take a bathroom break in a couple minutes here. I'm going to do 1 or 2 more runs of this, then I'm going to go stretch my legs and use the loo. Also, when I don't have the schedule in front of me, how long are we playing this game?
We are playing this until 2 o'clock, so got about an hour, 15 minutes, and then it's on to Tekken with Josh, Chelsea, and Maddie, and then in the second hour it'll be Josh and Jeff, and then to end off the stream from 4 to 6, it'll be a Jackbox 7 with a whole bunch of people, so that's something to keep out for.
Yeah, I should probably schedule like a little lunch for myself. So I'd say let's plan to do this until like 1:45, and then I'll go. I have a better idea. I know what I'm doing. Okay, never mind.
Okay. Whoa. All right. What's your plan?
Sorry.
No,
when I go take my next stretch slash bathroom break, I'm gonna grab some snacks, and I'm gonna eat them.
That's a great plan. If you wanna take a break between or just after 2, I'm certain Josh, Chelsea, Maddie, and I can vamp for 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, that would actually be great.
Yeah.
I can put on some Tekken cutscenes in the background, and y'all can vamp, and I will make myself a quick Sammy.
Excellent. Well, that means that pretty soon we're going to be reading off a whole bunch of donations. So if you want to donate so that we have something to read during that time, that would be very cool of you.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, Hollis asks, how would Patrick feel about a stretch goal where he reads a passage from the Joker screenplay? I'm not going to ask him that. What I'm going to say is no. I don't want to sit through that. We've got, let's see.
Close on Arthur, 30s. Tears in his eyes from laughing so hard. He's trying to get it under control, his greasy black hair hanging down over his forehead. He's wearing an old, faded green cardigan sweater, a threadbare gray scarf, thin from years of use, hangs loosely around his neck. That's all you're getting. For the rest,
did you just have that on hand? Is that something you do in your personal streams? What is happening?
It's a thing I've threatened to do in my personal streams, but I haven't implemented yet.
Amazing. Oh, great. Okay, thank you. Okay, Hollis, I take everything back. Thank you for asking for that. That was truly shocking and amazing.
Imagine going to somebody's house and seeing that they have a screenplay of the Joker. Oh God, I would get out of there so fast.
Oh, amazing. Oh my God. Well, that was great. Thank you for that, Pat.
Dwarven says stretch goal to stop Pat from doing that. Yeah, that's kind of my sort of stretch goal. Last night I did in Sea of Thieves load a dog into a cannon and threaten to fire it if I didn't get enough donations.
I love the blackmail angle for stream donation. That was some really good tumbling you did with that skeleton man just now.
Oh, fuck! God, my healing spells take so long. All right, I'm gonna take one more shot at this segment, and then I'm gonna go grab a little bathroom break.
Okay, that sounds great. Again, now's a great time to donate if you want us to read off your donation while Pat takes a little bit of stretch time. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Feeling good.
Feeling okay.
Yeah, looking good.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves was super fun last night. It was really fun to play with Cass. And me and Josh and I mean the whole squad finally found like a level of synergy that allowed us to function as a team. We actually fought a bunch of ghost ships. I think part of it is just that like Josh just immediately, it was like, okay, I'm gonna load all the cannons. He was a very, very good support player.
That rules.
And our communication was on point. It was a lot of fun.
That's amazing. I love to hear that. I love to hear the second somebody in the chat said the phrase Captain Cass, I got Captain Jack from DDR stuck in my head.
I love that song so much. That guy was a real captain.
It's my favorite. Huh?
I don't know if he was a real captain, but that guy was actually in the Army or the Air Force. And then he quit his career to become a Eurobeat man.
Amazing. That's great. That's a great thing to do with one's life. Somebody in the chat said, Lazy Pirate 9 says you blew up the ship, Pat. Do you want to address this charge?
First of all, I want to apologize. I gotta post a Twitter, a notepad screenshot on Twitter to apologize for blowing up that boat. I didn't think. I thought that when I hit the right trigger, I thought, fuck. All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom after this. I thought that what was going to happen was that I was going to. Josh had loaded some explosives onto the boat, some explosive barrels, and I didn't want that to end up being a problem for us. So I picked up the barrel and I hit R, thinking logically like, oh, that'll probably throw this. What it did was it lit the fuse on the barrel, and then I killed everybody on the boat.
Oh no. Okay, well that sounds like just a simple confusion.
Yeah. I was just trying to clean up what I thought would be a future mess, and then I made a bigger mess, which I guess is like the lesson there is to focus on the now and not create greater problems for yourself in the future. Anyways, I'm gonna go use the bathroom and get myself a little snack. If you want to hold it down here. Thank you, Jenna.
Some donations. Yeah.
And let me know if you need to get up and go for a little break too.
Yeah, I might close my window at some point. My toesies are getting chilled.
Okay. Can you last till I get back?
What'd you say?
Do you want to do that now, or do you want to do that when I get back?
I will do that right now.
Okay, cool.
Go over and get my slippies.
All right, well, that means it's time for one more run at these skeletons before I give up.
Go over here. Close my windy.
Right, we are going to try to kite this guy all the way back to the starting area so I can handle the archer alone.
Love it.
Ooh. A little hiccup.
Yeah.
Eat a grass. There you go.
Yeah.
Ooh. Eat a grass. Oh, no! Ooh, usually that doesn't hit if I'm sidestepping. There we go. Fuck. Whoa! Alright.
Ha ha ha.
I'm gonna put some spice on my bar here. How much spice do I have? Just a couple. That's not great. Eat that. Use my healing spell. I gotta keep using my shield, I think, until I'm through this little segment here.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Run up here, see if I can kite the next one down. Yep, sounds like I did.
This is very methodical.
You gotta be methodical. Wait. All right. In theory, one more roly boy, and then we're gonna run and we're gonna pick up an item. We're gonna pick up that item, I think, and we're gonna need to run the fuck past. There's gonna be a red eye variant of these guys who will absolutely murder our butts if we don't just run from him.
Excellent.
We are a wet Squidward right now. For those of you who are requesting a slick Squidward.
Yeah.
Go take care of the archer, and then I think we're gonna have our falchion. Fingers crossed. If not, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'm going to pee and cry.
In that order. All right. I think this is going great.
Okay, there's more archers up there. I forgot. Oh boy. That's not it. Where is it? How do I have to go? Do I have to? Yes, I have to go through the gate. Right. I have to go through the gate. Oh boy. Oh, there's a trap!
Oh. Oh boy. Do you want me while you're in the bathroom to look up where exactly the falchion is?
Oh, I know where it is.
Okay. All right.
It was just past that corridor.
Go take your break. I'm going to read donations.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. It's me. It's Jenna. We are gathered here today to raise money for a charity, specifically Innocence Project. Their goal is to release the staggering number of innocent people who have been incarcerated and to bring reform to the system that caused their unjust imprisonment. That's what we're here today. And so I'm going to read some donations. Thank you, everybody, for your donations. We appreciate it so much. We've got, let's see, let me scroll down to find out where I left you. We got Rice Krispies saying, me reminding everyone to hydrate. And then it says TikTok voice. I don't know what TikTok voice is, but they say, how bizarre, how bizarre, how bizarre. Ooh, baby. Is that like the song? You guys are doing amazing things this weekend, smiley face. Thank you, Abolition Ant Colony. Stronger together, take care of friends in need, everyone deserving. Thank you, the Blair Twitch. Thank you, Blue. Thank you, Anonymous. Thank you, Norse Code and Tobias Hawk in parentheses so that we know. Oh, I thought this was a Tony Hawk reference, but in their comment they say keep up the great work, but in Animorph style thought speak. So thank you for the donation, Hawk Tobias. Thank you, Canary. They say Pogger. I hardly know her. Thank you, Autumn. They say y'all have really helped me get through a tough day doing a lot of work, made it much easier. Thank you very much. Good luck with your work. Thank you. You used to be cool, Pat. Thank you. Oh God, no, Pat, please stop reading from Joker. Thank you all for raising money for such an important cause. They say, decarcerate now. ACAB. Thank you, Michael Rathieu. They say, hey, Jenna, what's your favorite prehistoric animal and why? I'm gonna have to think about that. It's probably like a mega sloth, because they big, and I like that. Thank you, Forgotten Pirate. They say, hi, Pat and Jenna. I have a gift card that I wanted to use on video games. I have a PS4 and a Switch, and I'm already planning on getting Hades, correct, Katamari Reroll, and Untitled Goose Game. Can I get one more recommendation? I already have Animal Crossing, not interested in Pokemon. Thank you, take care. I'm going to keep reading donations, but I will think about that and let you know if I have any good recs. I might just grab my Switch and see what I have that I have enjoyed playing. Thank you, Epic Gamer Moment. Currently waiting for Hollow Knight Silksong, but this stream is a welcome distraction. That's actually a great rec. If you haven't played Hollow Knight, it's a really, really good game. Thank you, AJ Lorenz. They say, thank you, Jenna, for holding up the fort. Great job, Pat. I'll see you during Jackbox. We'll see you then, AJ. Thank you, the skeleton that killed Pat, kind of. Well, they say I'm sorry for killing Pat, so thank you. Thank you for Kung Ma Boo Boo. For Kung Ma Boo Boo for the $25. They say check out your local Books to Prisoner chapter. That's a great thing to do, especially if you can't donate but you want to help in some other way. Books to Prisoners, there's a bunch of chapters. They are very local, and it's exactly what it says. You're sending books to prisoners so that they have access to books basically outside the system. Thank you, Valerian Paper. Thank you, Julia. They say this stream has sustained me through moving this weekend. Good luck. It started while I was packing on Friday, and now I'm unpacking in my new place. Congrats! Thanks so much for making great stuff that keeps me going and for directing towards a good cause. Thank you, Pat's A Crime. They donate $25 and say, to be fair, the ship explosion was very funny. Also, I can't believe Pat almost shot our dear egg out of a cannon. Thanks for streaming, y'all. Thank you, That Kind of Orc. They say, can you please say hi to my cat? His name is George, and his favorite thing is yelling at me until I watch him go eat. Hi, George. Thank you for watching and for being a cat, because that's the best thing that you can be. Thank you, Charstring, for the $200 donation. If I'm correct, Charstring, I believe, is in fact Chris Grant, one of the founders of Polygon.com. I can't tell if I wasn't supposed to say that since they're using their gamer handle, and maybe it was supposed to be secret. But thank you anyway, Chris. Thank you for allowing us to do this and for hanging out. Simone's Dead Pets say, thank you so much for the stream. Anonymous gives $100 and say, in solidarity from India, our justice system is broken too. That's the worst kind of solidarity, but I'm okay with it. Oh, good. Okay. Chris is actually in the chat right now, and he says it's okay. It's just gamers here. Hey, Chris, thanks for hanging out and watching. And thank you to K.A. Applegate, who donates $2 and says, it's me, K.A. Applegate. Animorphs is about how we should abolish prisons. I don't know if it's specifically about that, but it's not about that. Thank you, everybody, for your wonderful donations. Thank you for hanging out and watching us stream and being cool and being a part of the chat and being wonderful. We appreciate all of you coming out and helping us do this. And look who's back, it's Pat.
It's me, I'm back. I used the facilities. I ate a couple slices of cured meat. And now I am here and I'm ready to fucking ruin these skeletons' days. And if I don't get it after one or two more runs, I promise we'll go look at some other areas instead of this one bleak, sad one where I just keep getting murdered by skeletons over and over again.
Yeah. I mean, if not getting murdered by skeletons, it'll just be something else. That's
it's
not
true.
a
That's
shade
a good point.
against
No,
you.
no, that's absolutely true. That is the spirit of the souls. And thank you everybody for bearing with me with the weird audio in this particular section. It was a hiccup that I didn't run into until yesterday when I was like, oh, there are no volume controls on this monitor, so we're either getting doubled audio, no audio, or audio out of the just the speaker audio coming into the microphone. And I settled on that because it was the least offensive of the options. But
Excellent.
I've learned something.
Okay, that's good to know. I feel like I'm the only person who had absolutely zero problems with their stream.
Yeah, you did.
Internet
You
was
fucking
fine,
knocked
audio
it
was
out of the
fine.
park.
Yeah, it's a great way to start. It was good for me because I did it, and then I was like, okay, done, perfect. But I think you and Brian especially have been such champs about stepping in and hosting streams when needed, so thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem. It's what we're here for.
Also, you missed it, but Chris Grant donated $200 and was in the chat for
Holy
a second.
shit! I missed.
Yeah.
I missed old Grant.
Yeah.
I have a. Oops. I was about to do a beverage reveal, but let's do a. You know, if we can get a $10 donation right now for beverage reveal, streamer beverage reveal, we'll reveal the beverage.
Excellent. I'm going to keep an eye on donations to see if that
Yeah.
comes up.
Title your donation streamer beverage reveal.
Yeah.
Fuck. The precise backstab position on these guys is kind of funky.
You're getting it really consistently, though.
Not enough. Ooh.
We've got a $10 donation from Captain Cass's boat. They say, I forgive you, Pat. Also, beverage reveal.
Alrighty, beverage reveal, folks. Streamer beverage reveal. Today's beverage is a La Colombe cold brew Brazilian. My favorite canned cold brew. I think it's 5 calories, 1 gram of sugar, some nice. It's a bold and rich with notes of cocoa, and you really do taste those cocoa notes in there. And they've got a couple other sort of spices. We've got some chicory root in here, which is really nice. Just just one of the smoothest, absolutely one of the smoothest canned coffees I've had. And it's so rich and full of flavor and feels so sweet, even though there's only 1 gram of sugar.
God, that sounds amazing.
Oh,
I love
it's
a
so
canned.
good.
I love a canned coffee. Oh, especially on a long stream. It's nice to have that
sure.
just like ready to go, ready to be ripped and jacked.
Ripped, jacked, gripped.
Mm-hmm.
And then you... Oh, boy. All right, I'm going to back up and fight these guys in a better place. Over
We
here.
got a donation. Oop.
Mhm.
We got a donation. We got another one, unnamed T reveal, $20. Thank you so much. But we got one from what on the screen their username says Rum Tum Tuggin, because not the full name is revealed, but the full reveal on the name is Rum Tum Tuggin on Heaven's Door.
Sorry, that's very good.
It's really good. And they say shout outs from Malaysia, ACAB.
Hey, whoa. Thank you,
Oh,
Rum
yeah,
Tum
I got-
Tuggin.
Favorite snack reveal, $10 donation. Do you have a favorite snack
Favorite snack
that you
reveal?
feel comfortable revealing?
I can... One second. Let me deal with the skeleton, because I am actually prepared for a snack reveal. It's not a favorite snack, it's an on-hand snack reveal. I think I would need to do some soul searching before I told you what my favorite snack is. But I got these little Italian cookies. I don't know exactly what they're called. They kind of have the same vibe as like a what are those fucking things called?
Big Newton?
No, it's hard. It's crisp. It's a Milano. It's almost the same vibe as like a Milano cookie, except it's a little rougher and the chocolate's a little bit better.
Classy. Nice. Loving that crunch. I'm a big fan of dried fruit, I got a nice container of dried unsweetened mangoes because I thought that would be a good soft chewable thing to have on stream. So that's been very good.
You ever had like the Trader Joe's chili mango?
Yeah, that stuff's so good.
It's dangerous. It's so addictive.
I mean, Trader Joe's has like such top tier snack.
Absolutely, yeah. The snack game at Trader Joe's is so good. I don't live near a Trader Joe's right now. I used to do most of my shopping there though when I lived up in Maine. Oh boy. All right, I definitely need to go heal. But yeah, the best part was always just going in and looking at the snack selection.
So affordable and such variety.
I wish I lived near a Costco. I hear incredible things about Costco.
I shopped at a Costco, but I also hear good things.
I think they're employee owned.
Oh, that's cool. All right, I love an employee owned store. I mean, Costco's thing is that they have super bulk, right? That's like their deal.
They have bulk, and I think everything there is a generic brand.
Oh, okay.
Sort of like
I also
Trader
love
Joe's,
generic stuff.
Yeah. Uh-oh. All right, so down this hallway, there is, and then to the left is what I'm looking for. I think my shield can take these bolts. Yep, okay, great. So those are the bolts that killed me last time when I got this far. So out here is the treasure I seek, just past this nasty skeleton man. Oh!
Sounds hard. Oh, yeah, I'm seeing it. Oh, God. Okay. Okay, but doable. You're right there. You'll totally get it.
You know, let's go check out World 2-1.
Okay.
Honestly, the fussing that I'm doing right now, like this is stuff that would help me if we were going to continue this character, but we're just playing this character for another 40 minutes, so I'm going to show the stream another world, a whole new world.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like that was good for people who don't know Dark Souls games. It's good to see what the grind is sometimes like. And that's it. You saw it. You grind and you grind and you get closer and closer, and then sometimes you're just like, not anymore. I just can't with you anymore.
No, we're done. Carmelo, no, I'm probably not going to continue this particular run off stream. If I do a run streaming on my own, I will probably make a fresh character because I want to try a magic build. I haven't done a magic build in this game yet.
Nice.
So this is World 2. It is the realm of the Digger Kings, or singular king. Maybe there's only one king who loves to dig. And it's got, you know, that traditional, like, sort of got that, what's the name? Balrog vibes, where it's like, hey, here's somebody who is obsessed with mining until they mined too deep, and in this case, rather than finding a scary dragon man, they found bugs. And then also kind of a scary dragon man. Actually, yeah, I guess it's both.
Okay. I love that. I actually love I love the concept of digging too deep and uncovering a hell pit. It's like, yeah, that tracks.
So there's a lot of NPCs here who are still sort of just stuck in in that mindset. They've turned into some sort of creepy little dudes, but they're continuing to dig. Only some of them will come and attack you.
Awesome. Yeah, I do love areas in Dark Souls games where it's like people just like sort of mindlessly working, and some of them are aggro, but some of them are just like too deep in their shit.
Yeah.
Really engage.
Oh man, my weapons aren't hitting that hard. Maybe I should go just do 1-2. Maybe that's what I should do.
Oh, that was a cool sweep you just did.
Thank you.
Thank you to everybody who is posting pictures of their pets in the Polygon-a-thon hashtag. Oh, you guys got some cuties.
I haven't checked the pets in the tag. I have.
Really good. They're really just some sweethearts yeah, just some cuties.
Glad to hear it.
Phew. Okay.
Boy, these fellers are beefy. So either I am way more under-leveled than I was last time I did this, or the Crescent Falchion just fucks these guys up. It'll be okay. Man, they're all mad at me.
Yeah.
Everybody got mad at me.
Oh no. Yeah, I can see them all lumbering towards you. Oh no. I mean, this thing looks like it has a little bit of reach, so as long as you don't get super surrounded, I think you'll be fine. Yeah. Streaky Wiz shares a peat bog fact. Peat bog store more carbon dioxide than all other vegetation combined, despite only taking up 3% of land area. That's wild. Thank you for that fact.
I'm glad we all know so much about peat bogs. I remember learning so much about peat bogs in school. Like, the phrase peat bog is one of the few things I remember from my primary school education, or my elementary school education.
Oh, was it like, did you have like a biome? Or is it just like you learned a lot about peat bogs?
We must have had a little peat bog unit. Maybe that's the only thing that really stuck. Maybe that's the important thing, is that's what mattered to me.
Well, I mean, that's great. Peat bogs sound awfully cool. So, you know.
Hi, I'm Pete Boggs. We are... I'm going to go get my fucking sword. I think that's how I want to end this stream, is getting this fucking sword.
Yeah!
I know that I said that I didn't need it and that we're not going to use it on this run, but I think as a point of pride, I'm going to get my fucking sword.
Yeah, hell yeah. Again, this is the other side of the Dark Souls game, which is being so angry and spiteful about Dark Souls that you're like, I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna beat my head against this until it happens for me.
Yeah.
I'm out of healing items because these fuckers made me spend all of them. Thank you for that. Thank you for doing that for a good cause. You.
Yeah.
I invited that evil into my life. I deserve it.
While you're doing that, I'll read a couple more
Please
donations. We don't have that many, but we got a $100 donation from Anonymous. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stormy Garbage says donates $4.20 and says, my cat is snuggling me right now and he has some advice for Pat. Don't get hit. Does that help you, Pat?
I think that hit helps. Yeah, thank you so much.
Great. Rohei donates $2 and says, here is $2 the price of a hot dog soda combo from Costco. Thank you. And Sniper Grandpa donates $50. Thank you, Sniper Grandpa.
Thank you, Sniper Grandpa. It's my favorite Metal Gear character.
Sniper Grandpa. That's pretty good. Oh, we had a request earlier for any recommendations for PS4 or Switch games. They already had the ones that I would have recommended, which is Hades and Animal Crossing. But I think I recommended Hollow Knight, which is a really good option.
Just generally PS4 or Switch games?
Yeah.
Getting a little crunch on the audio. Let me restart voice meter. That ought to do it here. Sorry about that. Engine. Okay. Jenna, can you say hello?
Hey, how do I sound now? Am I still crunchy?
I think that should have done it. I think that'll probably happen again. Because of the weird sound routing we do, plus just the amount of USB devices I have plugged into this computer, sometimes things get a little bit fuzzy.
That's fair. It's a complicated setup that we're running.
It is.
Mr. Kalu in the chat says recommends all the Supergiant games you can get on Switch. Supergiant being the studio behind Hades. 100% agree with that. Bastion and Transistor are both exceptional games.
Can you get Pyre on Switch?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me Google that because that's the one that I haven't played yet.
Yeah, I really want to play that one. Clayton has talked to me about it, and it sounds really good.
This fanbite article says Supergiant has no plans to bring Pyre to Switch.
Boo.
Yep. So not that one. But I actually don't know if any of the other ones are available on Switch. Okay, no, it looks like Transistor is. And it looks like Bastion should be as well. So those are both great games. Highly recommended. We got a $100 donation from Rewsche, Rewsche. They say, looking forward to a post-vaccine world where Game Ogre could live again. Thank you, Backpack for applesauce, for another $3.33 donation. Thank you, Pete Boggs, Mr. Pete Boggs. Their top Dark Souls tip: brightness settings, presumably making him brighter and not darker. Although, I guess if you lean into the darkness,
that's true.
that helps.
Maybe you become more powerful.
Thank you, Beth, for the $5 donations. They say, thanks for getting me to play Hades all weekend, Jenna, from a roguelike hater. I'm so glad as a roguelike hater that you're playing Hades and enjoying it, presumably. Not that you have trapped yourself in some sort of hell where you're playing it a bunch all weekend, even though you don't want to.
Yeah, that sounds bad, but the other thing sounds good.
Yeah.
Operation Get My Fucking Sword is, it's going as expected. We're patiently kiting each of these skeletons down to my murder room.
Doing great. Doing some great strafing. Sorry, strafing, I guess is the word. You are getting strafed, but you are strafing nicely around them.
Thank you. Folks, thank you so much for hanging out and watching me play Demon Souls. We are in the final leg of the stream here. And I think the numbers have already surpassed our expectations, which is great. And it's also been fun. And I from a production standpoint, I'm very pleased with how this went. there were just so many potential failure points in this whole thing.
No kidding.
We, through everybody's planning, yours included, we were able to make it happen.
Yeah.
So thanks, Jenna.
Thank you. Yeah, I hopefully. Oh God, that skeleton was just doing so many rolls in a row. What are you doing, buddy? I want to say shout out also to Tara Long and Chris Plante and Chris Grant and everybody with Vox Media who was like, yeah, you can definitely spend all of Friday and also a bunch of the weekend for spending hours that you will later take off work to do this really, really cool charity stream. I really appreciate that Vox was chill with letting us do this. Yeah, God, who else do I want to thank even? Thank you, everybody in the audience, obviously, everybody who's donated, everybody who has spread the word, and everybody who's posted pictures of their pets in the hashtag. That's very good for me. I appreciated that. Is there anybody else you want to thank?
You know what? Oh, shit! Sorry, hang on. I'm about to have a fucking showdown with a skeleton, and then I'll think about it after that.
Okay.
All right. I think I'm going to have to go to his right. I'm going to have to bait him towards me a little bit. I'm going to bait him towards me. I'm going to walk down the left column. I'm going to bait him towards me a little bit. Then I'm going to try to juke him to the right. And then I need to run over and grab that falchion. If he kills me afterwards, that's fine because I'm still going to have it. But we're going to go get my fucking sword. Can we get a fucking sword going in the chat?
Yeah. Let's see it, gang. This is going to go great. Yeah.
Run. That's it. We got my sword. Pog.
Toggers! Yeah!
We got it.
God, you didn't even die to the dude. Oh, amazing. Great job.
Okay, all right.
What I respect about that more than anything is the patience it took to do that. You didn't get greedy.
Thank you.
You played it smart. Oh!
Out of the corner of my eye, I did see another item momentarily, and I was like, oh shit, is that it? I was like, am I about to just pick up like a fucking like twig?
That is exactly what this game would do. Just super protect the thing that you do not need and then let the thing you really want go unguarded. That is such a Souls thing to do, but I'm so glad it wasn't that.
Yeah. All right. So we now have the Crescent Falchion, which is a absurdly overpowered weapon. Its attacks come out at like maybe like 10 frames, and it's got pretty low requirements. It does magic damage, and it also recharges my mana over time.
Damn.
Yeah. So now, if I did want to continue this character at some point, it would probably be worth it. But let me just level up a bit. Strength.
Amazing. Excellent. Great work. Thank you, chat, for the support to get Pat this cool sword.
Let's go scope out some 2-1 stuff now that I have the sword.
Nice.
Boy, I'm really excited to play some Tekken with my coworkers. I've never played Tekken with any of the people I'm going to play Tekken with later.
I'm probably gonna sit and watch a little bit of that if I can, because I'm really excited. Because I know from what I've been hearing, both Chelsea and Maddie are elite fighter game gamers, and we're really excited to see that.
I am too. I have played with neither of them. I don't know who either of them play, or who either of them prefer to use. Josh told me he plays Eddie Gordo, I think, which is the capoeira guy, who is very hard to deal with unless like you know a whole bunch of his sleazy stuff. Oh yeah, Jesus Christ, the Falchion just absolutely mulches these dudes.
Awesome. For folks asking in the chat, so the Tekken stream is going to start up at around 2:00ish. We're going to give Pat a little bit of a food break, stretch break. So it's just going to be, we're just going to chill and chat for a sec. But it's going to be Josh, Chelsea, and Maddie for the first hour, and then at 3:00 it'll be Josh, Jeff, and Pat. So it's going to be a good lineup. You guys are going to want to watch that. And we're so close to hitting the 104,269 goal. We're so close to hitting that. I think we could definitely get to that before the end of the stream. That would mean so much to us. You've already given so much, and you've already blown away all our expectations. But
yes.
I don't know, maybe a little bit more money. We could get that second goal.
We have only one target planned for the Tekken, but if you want to save a couple bucks for that too, I mean, spend it if you got it now. But we will have an incentive there where if you pay a certain amount of money, Jeff will only be allowed to play Panda, who is a legitimate character, but also kind of a joke character.
Okay, that's a good incentive. Yeah. Okay. Mr. Kalu, the time zones for conversion is we are Eastern Standard Time, so it's 1:30 our time. So in about half an hour, we'll switch over to Tekken for a little bit of a break. So that should let you know. Time wise, that should help.
I fucking hate this guy. He's just rubbing his tummy at me. Just get out of that door and let me backstab you.
What a design.
He's just rubbing his tummy at me. He's just fucking rubbing his tummy at me.
He does have a move where he just seems to be rubbing his tummy at you. It's really good. Ooh. Yeah, so after the 2 hours of Tekken, We'll be just closing off the entire stream with 2 hours of Jackbox 7. We're gonna have so many people on that. It's gonna be Pat and Brian and Simone, and Jeff and Cass and Nicole and Clayton are gonna swap out. We've also got, I assume this is Ryan Sutton.
I think Ryan. I think that might be Ryan Simmons, our friend from SB Nation.
Oh, okay. It
Yes.
just says Ryan
Yes,
S.
yeah.
And that's pretty common, so I'll take your word for it. And also Josh and Petrana are going to be all up on that stream, so there's going to be a lot of people, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Full court press. It's going to be great.
And you won't be able to join the game, but you'll be able to join, I believe, the audience for that. So you'll still be able to vote and stuff on which ones you think are funniest.
That's democracy.
Yep, voting on what you think is the funniest.
That's what the founding fathers wanted. They're just irony poisoned old men.
We are also approaching the 33-minute mark, which, if you guys don't know, you've heard this said almost 50 times by now. God, duh. But at the 33-minute mark, we've been doing a collective action donation, which is basically where you donate $3.33, and we get to see as a group what it looks like when a lot of people do just a little bit to make the world a better place, and how much that compounds. It's been so amazing and wonderful to see just how much money we raise with just these tiny little donations. So if you haven't been able to donate, you don't have a lot of money right now, it's the holidays, and it's also a weird time.
Yes.
But if you have even $3.33 to donate, now is a great time to do it. And then I'll read off a bunch of names after the 33-minute mark.
Sweet. Jenna, are you going to be on for Jackbox?
I will not, actually.
Okay.
I already have plans Sunday evening, so I will not be there,
Totally
but I'm
legit.
excited.
It's been a
for y'all.
long stream, and each of us deserves to do non-stream things.
Yeah, but I'm thankful that so many video folks and so many Polygon editorial folks were able to jump in and round out that cast.
All right, I'm going to see if I can take care of this tummy rubbing motherfucker. I just got to get him out of that. I got to get him out of that little corridor there so I can get around and backstab him.
Nice.
But he just loves being in this doorway.
Knife Snail asks, how many of you are taking Monday off? I don't know if anybody is.
Yeah, I think
I hope Brian is.
Oh yeah, that would be good for him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's damaging. Oh wait, no, that's the man. So my magic damage over time to this guy. So he's gonna cook for a couple minutes over there.
Nice. About a minute to the 33-minute mark, so if you haven't donated for that and you want to, now's a good time to warm up your donation thingy. Yeah!
Wario
Yeah!
deleted.
Great job. Yeah, if you're in the chat and have been staying up late to catch all of those overnight streams, also consider your own health and your own self-care.
Take a little nap.
Yeah. Drink some water, stretch, bask. If you can get some sun, I'm getting a little bit of sun from my window right now, which is really nice.
God, the Falchion is so fast. Sorry, I was also dodging while saying that. Let me eat some grass. I got grass now. I can eat it. Gulp. You can't take this grass away from me anymore.
That's the spirit.
We're running out of funny numbers.
Yeah, I don't even know where we go from here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe 69, maybe 106,900.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's a pretty small increment up from where we're at, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. And we're gonna really push towards the end. So oh yeah, to chat if you have Beardzack recommends 1232123. So 123. That's a big jump, but not impossible.
Yeah, it could
I
happen.
would rather over aim.
Yeah.
Ooh, got a couple people saying 1,100. No, 111,111. So it's straight ones.
Just
that might be
ones?
good because that's accessible.
That is, yes, that is certainly within the realm of possibility. All right.
Well, no, we've got a little bit of time. I'm gonna let people have another minute or two to get 333 donations in before I read them.
I'm definitely gonna take a nap today.
Good plan. I think we should. It's a Sunday. Sundays are the best day for naps.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Do you prefer a bed nap or a couch nap in general?
Normally I'm a bed nap person, but I now have my own beautiful couch that I can just slump on whenever I want.
Yes.
So I think I'm going to experiment with some couch naps.
That's exciting. This is gonna collapse. There we go. I prefer a couch nap. Couch naps just hit different. It's like because it feels so distinct from their regular kind of sleeping. Where it's like this is a special little treat to sleep in this place.
Okay. Getting a lot of support for couch naps in the chat.
Yeah. When I wake up from I'm much less likely to be confused waking up from a couch nap. Because like if I wake up from a bad nap, sometimes I'll have that sort of lingering feeling of like, what day is it? Like, is it still the day it was when I went to sleep because I'm here in my bed and I just woke up in my bed? But if it's a couch nap, my brain has already forged all those connections. It's just like, yeah, you just took a little nap.
That's really smart. That's a really good point.
Mm-hmm.
I think last weekend I took a nap where I laid down at like 4 o'clock, and when I woke up, it was only an hour later, but it was entirely dark, and that was so disorienting.
That's a bad feeling.
It was not ideal nap conditions, but I like the idea of programming my brain with couch nap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gonna read a couple donations.
Please, thank you.
We got so many, and they're so beautiful. Thank you to Ellis York. And anonymous, thank you to Pirate Joke. Let me read the Pirate Joke text first before I read it out loud. Please enjoy this joke that did not get read during the Sea of Thieves stream. Once, as I walked through a port town, I met a pirate who had a ship's wheel attached just below his waist.
Oh, I love this
Curious. Curious, I asked him, "Does that hurt?" He nodded fervently and replied, "Aye, it's driving me nuts." Thank you, Pirate Joke. Bow the Cat donates $33.33 and says, "Meow meow." Thank you, Anonymous, for multiple Anonymouses. Thank you, Seashell and Blau and Cypher. Cypher says, "It's almost my birthday, so I will donate for some goodwill." Happy birthday, Cypher.
Happy birthday, Cypher. Is that Cypher Gem?
Thank you. It just says Cypher.
Okay, it's probably the same person.
Yeah. Thank you, Tummy Rubbin MF. Thank you, Teal. Thank you, Oops, I'm so tired. I read the time wrong. Thank you, Derek Pemberton and Daddy's Little Pog Champ. Thank you.
Sorry, go on.
Thank you, Eric Go Birds. Thank you, Federal Bug Inspector. They say donating to charity and me, this type of thing is my bag, baby, by Austin Powers.
Thank you, Blake.
I love that you know who that is. Thank you, Chag Samesh. Thank you, Chag Shamesh Polygon. This stream has been a lovely Hanukkah gift. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thank you, A Very Large Cat. Thank you, Hana-chan. Thank you, Konas. They say gamers a delight. Thank you, Extra Good Games, Attack Swan, Crondarlin. Thank you, Cass. Thank you. This is a segment called. Thank you, Tara Long for Jackbox. Please bring her in if she's available. An absolute joke sniper. I 100% agree, but she has a baby, so I don't know if that's gonna happen. Thank you, Ion Ray. Thank you, Cinnamon Shakes. They say, what if? More Joker script. Thank you, Super Saiyan Jenna. Thank you, Necro Mortar. They say, thanks for making my broken leg healing process much more bearable the past few days. Good luck and get better. Thank you to all the anonymouses. Thank you to, I named my cat Simone de Rochefort. Thank you to Q and RB425. Thank you, Wee Snaw. Thank you, Griffy Flips. They say, you put me to sleep with clowns and woke me up with souls. What a mood. Thank you for Lesbians for Polygon. Thank you from Polygons for Lesbians. That's me. Thank you, Expeditious Fish and Luca and Kim. Hi, Kim says, hi from Maine. Our Trader Joe's rules. Thank you, Puddin' Popsica. They say, thanks to you and your hardworking mods for your worthy cause and for creating one of the most wholesome and enjoyable streams I've ever taken part of. You're bringing comfort and compassion into the world at a time when it really needs it. I agree, and I'm so thankful that we have the opportunity to do that. Thank you, Technoman. Thank you, Saint Beast Mode. They say, congrats on such an amazing stream. Also been playing too much Hades. P.S. Can you ask Brian to give me Crash's number? I just want to talk about those time trials. Thank you, the state of Texas. They say, love seeing all the Polygon team have fun. You're keeping me company as I study for finals. Good luck on finals. Thank you, Undemon Your Souls. They say, real crunchy vibes here. Abolition and Colony says, our phone is also on 33%. How auspicious. Thank you, Hungry Butler. I hope you get something to eat. And thank you, Squasha, for a $33.33 donation. They say, I'm on call for work this week, and this stream has been great company while stuck at home.
Hey,
ACAB, we need to Carcerate is a different thing. Decarcerate. Thank you for the marathon. Thank you for donating so much, Squasha. You've been constantly in the donations, and we see it, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. While we have this platform here, I'm glad that we're doing something helpful and something good. But Kim mentioned that we do have a great Trader Joe's in Maine. I want to spill some Trader Joe's tea, though, some Trader Joe's Maine tea. I want to say fuck you to the boat supply shop that shares a parking lot with the Trader Joe's. When I say shares a parking lot, I mean puts up tons of signs that says don't park here if you're shopping at Trader Joe's. Nobody wants to come in your fucking boat supply shop. Let us go to Trader Joe's. Who the fuck needs a boat supply shop? People who own boats, fuck them.
Yeah, they can afford a ticket. That's my guess. You own a boat. Boats are expensive. You can afford a ticket. You know what I miss living in New York, weirdly?
What's that?
Parking lots, dedicated space to put a car when you don't need that car for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So weirdly stressful street parking all the time in a city like New York. I don't have a car no more, but the few times I've had a car in New York, it's just like, how are there this many cars in this city? I don't like it.
That's
been car talk. Car talk.
Did you ever listen to Car Talk?
Oh yeah, all the time.
What a pleasant show.
Yeah, great energy on that show.
Yeah, one of the things that I kind of both miss about the suburbs, and it was sort of a shock the first time I wasn't really in rural areas / suburbs, is the lack of, first of all, the lack of parking, but enforcement of parking. Like, because I grew up, you know, my teen years or my car having years were mostly living in places where, like, if you're meeting up with your friends, you could all just drive and just all leave your cars in some parking lot somewhere and nothing bad would happen. Like, you just meet up by the mall and just everybody leave your cars in the parking lots and go get in someone else's cars for like 12 hours. Yeah.
I've definitely like gone on road trips in such that I would have to just leave my car at Walmart.
Yep.
For like a weekend, and it's like, that's fine. The amount of space that they have for parking will never be full. Mm-hmm. And they don't fucking care if you leave your car there. It was great.
I think there was actually some litigation at some point where Walmart specific, maybe this is apocryphal, but I think Walmart specifically allows that because there was like an incident where like a trucker or like somebody driving an RV wanted to stop at a Walmart parking lot to sleep, and then they were shooed away, and then they ended up getting in a crash because they fell asleep at the wheel.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know if that's urban legend or what, but I think like you can just sit there.
I didn't know about the lawsuit thing, but it is like my mom has a great old vintage camper, and so this is a legit thing. Is like, yeah, if you have like an RV or a truck, and you can just like go and park in the Walmart parking lot, and they will totally be chill with it. Presumably, I always thought it was just because it's like, if you have an RV, you're gonna need some stuff, and
That's
hey, look,
true.
there's a Walmart right there.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah, I've also, not only have I left my car in Walmart parking lots, but I've definitely parked and slept in my car in Walmart parking lots overnight, because just sometimes that is a thing I've had to do in my life. And it's fine. It's well lit, so it always feels safe. And there's a Walmart right there if you need anything. It's handy.
Mr. Patches says this is a part of the plot of Frances McDormand's new movie, Nomadland. Really? Hello, Patches.
Is it really? Okay. Is it? Have you seen it yet, Patches? And is it good? Because I love Frances McDormand.
I just got set on fire.
Yeah. Oh boy. Wow. Did you?
Hey, Ian's here. Ian Vaflor, friend of Patrick. In the special thanks for my wrestling video, because he was in an earlier phase of it before we had to make significant cuts. Yes.
Yeah. Welcome to the chat, Ian.
Welcome.
I'm looking at a description now for Nomadland. I might watch this movie. It says that just a woman embarks on a journey through the American West after losing everything during a recession. But I love road trips. And I didn't get to take many over the summer. I only got to take one, and it was great, and I camped a bunch. But I love to get some vicarious road trip energy.
Project Marley says, release the Ian cut. Video shop talk. It is so hard to cut things from videos. It is part of the process of making the videos that we make. But like every time, like I think I feel at least that like in all of us in the editing process, there's always a point where like there is a thing where it's like, I really want to leave this in, and like other people have to be like, you know, we gotta let it go. we gotta keep this thing under 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about having other people help you on any work, but especially the stuff that we do, is that it's just there's somebody there to like de-escalate when you're emotionally attached to the stuff that's in your script. Because sometimes it's just like, this interview is so good, I just want to use more of it. But you need somebody to be like, but is it necessary?
Yeah.
Gotta have it.
And then you end up like, again, it's a thing where like there's a fairly consistent video length to time spent editing conversion, and it makes a difference there too, where like if you know, another minute of video means probably another 3 or 4 hours of editing in the, you know, after all of your passes.
Yeah, and it's another minute spent doing subtitles, and another minute spent reviewing, and another minute spent. It's just like it compounds so much. So yeah. I know it's important. Sometimes I just want to include the jokes that I write because I think they're funny.
Yeah.
But like for perspective, like for my research heavy videos, I usually have like 15 to 20 pages of research that gets cut down to like 4 to 8 pages of a script. Ooh, the stream looked like it was chugging for a moment, but it might have just been my internet.
We might have dropped a few frames, but we're doing okay.
Good.
I'm just waiting until I
Are
have
you
enough.
showing us your blunt, or?
It does look like a big fat blunt.
Yeah.
No, that's my talisman of God. I'm just waiting until I have enough mana to heal myself.
Excellent. This is good. It's a good strategy. We're getting some interesting questions in the chat about workflow stuff.
Yeah, field
we
anything that you
work really
like
hard on making our captions good. We know it makes a difference, so we do our best. It's really hard for live videos, but we know it's important, so we're keeping our eye on it.
Yeah, it's especially hard with things with multiple speakers and unscripted things.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Ian asks, what does the timeline / workflow look like for the video essays?
I mean, I don't know. Should we? I don't know if we can reveal the whole secret sauce. But
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, how much can we say? I mean, usually it's like a timeline can vary hugely, so I don't even think we can answer that.
Yeah.
But it's mostly like usually one of us will come with an idea, and it might be a really rough idea, or it might be a really well-hewn idea, and we sort of share it with the group and sort of get feedback on it. And then we go away for an undetermined amount of time and research and write in a little, whatever little weird writing pit that we each have for ourselves. And that the time on that varies widely based on person and topic and everything. But then once we have a script, we have Tara look over it and say, "This is great," or "What have you done?" And then depending on what she says, we'll take it to a table read where we sit down as a group and read through it and really hone it. And sort of everybody gets their input about, like, this really needs to be here, or this needs to be expanded, or this needs to be cut down, or let's add some jokes here, that sort of thing. And then that once that's in a good place, that person records, and that's a little bit weird now, but it's basically they set up most of their own equipment depending on the person and their setup. They film it. Usually we have somebody on hand to sort of guide that production to make sure that they are saying the things that they need to be saying and don't miss any lines or whatnot. And then either they edit or somebody else on the team will edit the script, and then it goes through like a billion reviews where we're looking at it, making sure it looks good and sounds good and everything, and then it goes up.
Yes. And then we do metadata, and then we make the thumbnails, and then we do the captioning.
But it is a hugely collaborative project. I know at the end you see the person whose face is hosting the video, and that person has done a lot of the really intense work of like editing and whatnot and writing, but every single part of that process also involves review and input from everybody else on the team. So it's really collaborative.
And honestly, that's why I like it. I don't think I would enjoy it otherwise. And like, I think our workflows have changed in the years over the years in which I have worked at Polygon, and it's a lot more collaborative now than it was when I first started, and I like it so much more. It works for me so much better. Yeah,
same here. Just the difference that, like, all of the feedback I get from the group, I'm able to take back into writing. So just like the amount better that my writing has gotten personally is so much, and I appreciate everybody's context on that so much. And we're glad to hear that you guys are liking it.
Yeah.
Keep Up Stranger asks what the average time span it takes from start to finishing a video. Impossible to give an average time.
Totally depends on the video.
Yeah, really dramatically based on the video. So a while, that's what I'll say.
Yeah. The wrestling one is one that I pitched on my first day at the job.
Yeah.
And
God,
I
that's
did
like 5 years at this point, right?
Yeah, just about. And I did some interviews for it. The Suda interview, and there was actually the second Suda interview that I did generally for that, but the previous one was before I actually had an outline for the video, so like I didn't really have everything I needed, so I was like, okay, well, let's get a new Suda interview out there. The interview with Excalibur was from 2 years ago, when I was working on an earlier version of the video too. So and then we finally had the opportunity with this with that Alienware ad program to get a couple more people in there and finish it.
Yeah, interviews are another thing that dramatically increase the time spent, but also increase the quality. So I'm glad that we can do those. I love them.
Me too. They're really fun.
Yeah. Let's see. Couple other questions. Gender fluid and confuzzled asks, how do you come up with ideas? You play a game?
Yeah, you just play games and you talk to people.
Yeah, I think a lot of our ideas are sort of like we come to the table with like, here's something I think is interesting. Is this a video? Is there something here? And so we sort of tease that out.
Is that anything? So many of these are just like, is that anything? Things like, hey, have you noticed this? Is that something?
And to that point, Jallies and Taffy asks, what are ideas that never got off the table? I would say most of them.
Yeah. For better or for worse.
Yeah. A Hedgehog with a Pin asks, does Pat speak Japanese or did he use a translator with Suda?
Suda has his own translator. Suda has a guy called James Mountain, who sort of he works in localization over in Japan, and he is also Suda's personal translator. So the interview was done with me talking to asking the question to Suda, and then James translating it for Suda, and then Suda answering and translating back. So translated interviews take a long time, so you need to go into them with just like a couple things that you want to know, and then with the expectation that you're only going to get a couple answers, and follow-up questions are hard in translated interviews. Yeah,
I can only imagine. I don't think I've done any translated interviews yet. So the stuff that you were able to get out of that interview is so good.
Yeah, it was great. Suda's so fun to talk to. He's also just a bit of a showman in terms of how he handles his interviews. So, like, I sometimes I think he gives you what you want a little bit, which is great. Like, I'm not going to turn that down in an interview.
That rules. I can't tell if this is an I or an L, but I think LRRH_ asks, how do you decide what stuff becomes a series as opposed to a one-off? I mean, very rarely do we start off saying this is going to be a series. Normally it's like we have a concept, and if it does well, if it gets views and people seem to like it, then we'll talk about doing a series. But it's sort of organic that way. Is that kind of, do you think that's right?
Yeah, I'd say so. It's whatever, you know, like, it's got to be a repeatable format, and also a thing that we enjoy and we want to keep doing. It looks like we got Josh in the chat, which means maybe it's time to move on in to Tekken time.
Yeah, just about.
I'm gonna start.
I don't see anybody in the back channel voice yet, but
that's okay. I need to make some significant changes to my stream setup here, so I'm gonna start doing that. And then
I can read some donations while you're doing that.
Do.
So if we only have a couple new ones, but if you want to get a donation read, now's a great time to put that donation in. Just as a reminder, while Pat is working on that, we are here today. This charity stream is for Innocence Project. Their mission is to free the staggering number of innocent people who remain incarcerated and to bring reform to the system responsible for their unjust imprisonment. So not only are they helping people who've been unjustly imprisoned get out, which is great for obviously those individuals, they're also working on reforming the criminal justice system to prevent people from having to do that in the first place. So they're helping to make the criminal justice system a fairer and more responsible place. And they do a lot of stuff with like getting like changing laws around DNA evidence and how that's used, and also things like eyewitness testimony, which is a notoriously dubiously reliable form of evidence. It can be it's just there's so many issues with memory and with using those as a reliable form of evidence. So they're working on changing the laws around that as well. So that's what we're here donating for. So thank you everybody who's donated already. Let's go ahead and read a couple of these donations. Again, thank you everybody who's donated. You are wonderful. We are so thankful.